All right, it's good friends, good games. All right, it is the 15th of July. Dude, we're already like at the end. Like we're past the halfway point of the year already.
Oh yeah.
Where's all the time gone? Anyway, we were having a lovely conversation. If you are listening to this in the listening world right now, we were having a lovely conversation about extracurricular activities.
Safe
Eric, I
extracurricular
got a
activities.
question. Why has my webcam got a border?
I don't. Oh, I missed that.
Oh, and it's got like a black thing
Yeah.
bar
On the
below.
bottom.
You're in widescreen, Dill. Watch this. What's okay? We can fix that real quick here.
Do the magic. Make me
Fix
more
that
focused.
real right quick here. We'll just do that. A little bit
Make
of
me
this.
movie star looks.
Oh.
I can't do that. You'd be
Oh.
on strike.
You just want to be a
true.
big boy.
I actually wouldn't mind that.
You wouldn't mind being on strike? Hey,
Yeah,
look at
dude.
that, Dill. I fixed you.
Yeah, you get the
That's
shit
better.
talk corporate peeps with your celebrity homies.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
idea. All right. Okay, the panel today. We got a good one today. We have up in the corner, we got Dill. We got
Hi.
Pao joining us today. We got Morgan down in the corner there. And then, of course, we got Zenith. Hannah is out sick. And Leshki is on vacay. So, we got some lovely people.
And we fired Everest. No, we didn't.
What about Everest?
Yeah,
Is
what about
Everest
Everest?
dead?
Wait, I'm missing this joke. What the hell? Everest is on vacation. What are you talking about?
Well, you said
Well,
Leshki.
you didn't mention her.
Oh, yeah, Leshki.
You said Leshki instead of Everest.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
snap.
Leshki.
So that's
Oh.
why I was like, and we fired
So I
Everest.
guess
That's why
Everest is
Eric's
now
not talking
Leshki's
about
right?
her.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
the
no,
whole
no, no,
was
no, no.
today.
No one.
She's
no
gonna
one is,
love this when she listens to the podcast later.
No one has. No one. Okay. Let
The
the volume-
evidence is
we'll
here.
let the
You
laughs
can't
out.
stop it.
No one has been let go
Yeah.
against their own will.
We have
Everyone's
not
still
put
here.
her in a dumpster. Don't you worry.
Oh my
She's
not
god.
a dumpster
somewhere.
near you
We have her
anyway.
in safekeeping. Just you know.
We hide those very well.
Hannah's sick.
Yeah.
Everest is on vacation. Leshki is currently on the maternity leave, doing her thing, being a mommy. I've cleared the air. Everyone's still here. Don't do that to me, guys. It makes me look like I fire people again. You get me canceled before we're even off the ground.
Clip
It's,
it, Morgan.
it's only
What
a
do we
matter
pay you
of
for?
time.
Called out before the 90 days. She's out.
Morgan was close though. Morgan was close because she didn't fill out the doc,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
which is funny because Morgan is partially responsible for the doc.
No, she likes herself a big dog.
She's just hiding behind her microphone now.
Jesus Christ! Here we go.
Hello, Lulu.
Here we go. All right. So yeah, Morgan, you're supposed to be like, Eric, you forgot the doc, and I'll be like, oh.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you forgot the doc, so I don't know what we would have done. I'm just playing. All right. Anyway, Morgan, you do a lot for all of us here, including Zenith, and
Oh,
you're always here to help everyone here too in the process of this. So we appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Pao as well. Pao does behind the scenes stuff too. Pao comes up with a lot of ideas. So we all contribute here. Anyway, what have you guys been up to? How was the holiday? Well, 3 of us here celebrate the 4th.
I don't
Celebrate
care.
Canada Day.
Oh, that's right. Canada Day is like the day before, right?
July 1st.
Oh, okay. So, because our Canada offices were closed on the 3rd. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did they do on Canada Day? Like,
So it's kind of like the same thing where you have your barbecues, where pretty much everything is closed. Where instead of like all your stars and stripes, you just have a lot of red, a lot of white. It is also we have like fireworks that go on in the city, various different parts of it. So it's pretty much like July 4th, just remove all the Muricum stuff, but it's pretty much the exact same way. And the only other thing is maybe because we're all hockey fans up here, a lot of us is like trying to celebrate Canada Day, but also keep our phones because it's our hockey free agency. So That's what we do on Canada Day.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, we just fire off fireworks at midnight all the way up until like September 1st.
Yeah,
That
a
sounds
week
about
prior,
right.
and it carries on.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like get like, I mean, when you're a kid, the fireworks are fun. You know, you get the sparkler thing, and you're running in the driveway or whatever with it and stuff like that, and you're enjoying it. But like one thing like I've noticed as I've gotten significantly older is like it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, the 1 hour block where like every high school and stadium and or whatever does a fireworks show. Okay, I get it, right? But these people that start at like midnight on the 3rd, at the end of the 3rd, all the way up until like the weekend's over, it's just not cool. And like the one thing I realized too is like Pal's parents, they have dogs, and I was just like, dude,
Oh,
go
yeah.
check on the dogs. Like the animals, it fucks the animals up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of
horribly.
people were talking about like how their animals were having such a rough time.
Yeah. And I'm just like, stop. Like, I just feel for these animals that are just running around like freaked out because of what they have no idea what they're hearing. Although I did learn about the doggy earmuffs, which I think is the most adorable thing
Yeah.
ever. They have
Yeah.
little earmuffs.
They also have like little vests too.
Oh.
Wait, the vest? What would the vest be for?
It's like a weighted vest, so they feel like you're holding them, and then people get like the earmuffs on top of it too. Like it brings comfort and stuff.
I had no
Aw.
idea about the vest.
That
That's
is cute.
adorable. That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. But, I hope you all had a 4th. What'd you guys, well, Pao and I, we didn't do anything on the 4th, did we?
No.
Oh, because the 4th was like on a Tuesday. So we had that weird thing where it's like you go to work on Monday, you get Tuesday off, and then you go back to work on Wednesday.
Which was so dumb.
I was
Should
like,
just had the Monday off.
yeah, I'm like, that's ridiculous. So yeah, Pao and I didn't do anything for the 4th. I think it was just a relaxing, like, recoup day. Uh-oh. What do you guys
I
think?
celebrated my Canada Day by doing a podcast with you guys.
Oh, that's right.
That's true. Yeah.
I was kind of keeping an eye on Regency on the other monitor, but we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
I was still doing work, I promise.
Sure.
Morgan, what did you do on the 4th?
I don't think we really did anything on the 4th. I don't actually remember
modded my
much of that
streams.
day. Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, you did stream that day, right? Yeah, I was modding for him that day.
Girl, you need a day off.
That's up to Zen.
Well, and Davey.
And yeah.
Jesus, Morgan, how many people do you work for?
So modding wise, I believe I only mod for 3 channels, but one of the people, I don't know if they stream anymore, or if they're just on a long break, but basically I only just mod for like just 2.
Okay, so yeah, there's like the 3, like you're a moderator in 3, is that include this one? No.
Yeah.
Oh, that does include. Okay, so you moderate in 3 channels, but like only 2 of them are really active. So okay, that makes sense. I'm under this weird impression you're modding for like 50 people, and I'm just like, oh my god.
No,
She
I
needs
don't
a
have
nap.
that good time.
At that point,
Yeah.
just charge us by the hour.
Wow.
Like literally, just charge us the hourly rate so we can, because that's insane. You might as well just make it your job.
Yeah.
But, Dill did not celebrate the 4th. But what did you do over the break, Dill?
I got a new mic and mixer, and then I had to return the stand because the stand was effective, and then I had to get a new mixer because the company that was like sold the mixer is going bust. So I
I
had to
felt
get a new
so
one.
fucking bad.
God.
I felt so bad. So the company
It was a roller coaster.
Yeah, so Dill, you bought the Go XLR initially, right? Which was,
Yes.
I'll say, was a questionable device in the beginning. Now that you've sold it back or given it back or whatever, it was a questionable device to begin with. So people had issues with it. Some people were successful with it, and
Mine was fine. I
Yeah.
used it. I used it for a solid week before I sent it back, and it was fine. It was just the fact that like I set everything up, I plugged it all in, got all my settings right, and I went on Twitter like about 10 minutes later and saw Loco had like retweeted about the company going bust, and I'm like, you
Yeah, Dill literally bought a mixer, and then like a day later, the company's like, "Yeah, we're closing all our offices. Support for this
Yeah.
product's now up in the air."
Yeah. I gave it a week to
sucks.
see if we got any updates from the company about like supporting the software, but there was nothing. So I just said fuck it, and I bought a different mixer, and I've sent that other one back now. I've yet to get an update on if it's been sent back to the Amazon office. I probably won't get one until like Monday or something like that. But yeah.
Did you get your money back at least?
I'm in the process at the
Oh, okay.
moment. As soon as the mixer gets back to the Amazon warehouse, that's when I'll probably get my money back.
Gotcha.
The stand, the weird thing was the stand was sent back by a company called Every, and I got my money back within the day. So
Yeah, it
that
all
was pretty
depends on how
fast.
it all depends on like how the company processes returns. Like,
But then I had no choice but to use the Royal Mail services, which is like the UK standard like postal service, basically.
Royal Mail services. You guys make it
it's
sound
called
so
the-
fancy.
It's not.
I literally thought that Royal Mail Service is just like mail escorts, but in
Oh,
the UK.
Honestly,
What would they
honestly,
have to do with Dill's mic stand?
Then the thing that I thought you
I
were
mean,
about
who
to
doesn't
say
want
was,
some strapping young British lad in like one of those like oh my gosh, what are those hats that like
Guards wear the Queen's Guards.
yeah,
wear?
the guards,
Yeah.
and then they deliver Dill's mic stand.
I'm pretty sure I can't remember if they're called beef eaters or something. Hang on.
Yes, and you use a beef feeder as a pot filter. There you go.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
Just connecting the dots.
This came standing with the microphone. I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Dill's voice sounds fantastic now. Like it
Yeah,
literally sounds
Yeah,
clear.
it does.
I will say the microphone is a lot better than the Blue Yeti that I was using for like 9 years. So
Yeah.
it's I decided to like wait 9 years to upgrade my microphone.
I'm so jealous. No one's bought me one yet.
Well, you
No.
can always buy
I think
yourself
I'm
one.
oh well, Pao doesn't have one, but I don't have one yet.
Yeah.
Morgan,
I
do you
mean,
I
have
mean,
one?
Gosh darn it, Morgan, why haven't you bought Eric a new mic yet?
yeah.
well, I think Eric and I have the same mic,
I'm on
right?
a
You have the Audio
I'm on a
Technica?
2035, so I have an AT 2035, which is one above the 2020.
Okay, I have the 2020.
Okay, yeah, they're basically the same
Nice.
thing. It's just a different.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a bigger capsule or whatever. The capsule's the little part inside that picks up the voice and everything. So I think mine just has a bigger
Okay.
capsule. But
Okay.
I'm getting close. You guys keep buying them, and I'm just like, okay. Everest has one.
Close.
Hannah has one. I don't think Leshki has one. Leshki's I think has the 2022. But now I'm just like, I need to just go buy one.
Hmm.
But then I have to go like overhaul the box and like the
Yeah.
thing because it's like those Shure mics take a lot of power. Like you need to have the rig
Oh, yeah.
to run them. So I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Well,
Speaking
I'm
of-
just fortunate that when I bought my audio stuff, I also bought spare cables, to
Mm-hmm.
plug into the microphone just to make sure. And like, I got a good deal. I got like 2 of them for like 6-meter ones for like £7.
dude, it's such a nice mic. I see it every time I go
Yeah.
to Guitar Center. I'm like, I just can't justify a $400 mic. I'm like, I can't do it.
I mean, as I said, I spent a lot of money on audio equipment and stuff, and like I've had to like, send half of it back. So
On that note, you can subscribe to us here on Twitch.
yeah,
Hit us on likes and follows on YouTube, etc., etc. We can get affiliateship, and then we can start funding this show. Boom! There you go.
there you go.
Buy me a
Sorted.
mic
Yeah.
Yeah.
and keep Zenith fueled with coffee. All right. So, on that note, we've all been playing some video games. Yeah,
I
All
think
of us?
so.
you think so? It's kind of what we do
Yeah.
here. We play some video games.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like literally. Well, I'll explain in a little bit when we start playing. I'm a little draggy today,
Okay.
but that's because I was playing a certain game for like hours last night.
I think I
So,
know which one.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in a minute. I'm waking up.
Yeah.
I'm waking up. We can do this. All right. Pal's just laughing at me because Pal fell asleep way long before I did.
Aw.
I'm in bed by like 9. It sucks. I'm just wired
Aw.
that way now. I'm like a grandma.
Oh.
Your grandma.
Cute.
Like was it last week? I think when I slept over and I was like, no, I'm gonna watch you play. And I think you were playing Tears of the Kingdom, and it's like,
Oh,
what, not
dude, that
even 10
lasted like
minutes.
5 minutes.
Pal,
Yeah,
you
I
need to
could
start
do it.
collecting coupons and like having like little trays of cookies out.
It's
may as
all
well
digital
embrace it
now.
She does that,
full-time.
dude.
Oh my
one
god,
day,
you're halfway there.
I don't know if it's it's not the cookies on the
Whoa,
tray.
we're
She's not on the cookies on
halfway
the tray thing, but she's doing that real
Yeah.
sweet thing now where like I don't even know about it, but like I'll go take my lunch to the office with me when I have to go in, and like I open it up and there's packs of cookies and stuff that I didn't pack,
No.
and I'm like,
Got you.
all right, I'm
That's
about
kinda
this
cute.
life. And then I go to like the guy down the hall from me, the other IT guy that's in the same day as me, and I go down the hall and I'm like, hey, look what I got in my lunchbox, and I'm just eating cookies in front of him.
Wow, he must hate you.
You want to trade?
I think he's jealous. His wife don't pack him cookies. But I guess his wife learned a long time ago. She's like, what if I just stop? Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying
probably.
I'm trying to
There's
think
an
about like that one.
expectation now.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of there was that one movie that was like trying to like break people up or something like that.
oh, I don't know
I think it
that.
came out in, like the 90s or like the 2000s.
Parent Trap?
No, that's Lindsay Lohan, but
No.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
basically, I'm just thinking about like your coworker being some guy that's like, I'm gonna try and break this couple up so that I can feel better about myself.
or he goes home and yells at his wife. He just like
You are
What kind?
encouraging domestic violence in his
What
household.
the fuck?
Oh, I didn't
Hey,
go that
Fred,
far.
got cookies.
I didn't go that far.
I-
He just goes home and bitches to his wife about how she doesn't pack him cookies. I didn't say anything
No,
about
fuck
feeding
you! You didn't get me cookies.
Yeah,
You're
I
sleeping
get-
on the couch tonight.
yeah, I didn't go that far.
Was that Shrek?
What?
I don't know.
What?
I'm just throwing out movie names.
That's nothing to do with.
Shrek's
Did
an
you
excellent
even-
film, though.
Did you even
Wedding
watch?
Crashers.
Did you even watch Shrek?
Yes, lots of times.
Yes, Shrek made us all rethink our marriage.
Yeah.
Set the bar high.
Have you guys seen this
Yes.
TikTok of this grandma that like the I guess it's a prank that they play on the ground. This is the funniest TikTok I think I've seen on TikTok where this dude has his grandma and he calls her angry grandma and it's his grandma. He takes her to Walmart, but prior to that, he goes and he like photoshops his grandma's face on all these DVD covers and then he puts them on the shelf.
What the fuck?
And then like he's like, grandma, come here, I don't know which movie to pick, da, 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 da. And the grandma walks up and she's like looking like, you know, nothing, she's just thinking what movie you should get, and then out of nowhere she's like, what the fuck is this? And she pulls up like a copy of Spider-Man. It's got her face on all the characters.
Oh my god, Grandma, it's
On Shrek.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then she's like, what the fuck is this? And she pulls it up and it's like her face photoshopped on Shrek with a cigarette.
That one really sends her off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
That
good.
sent her through the roof, dude. I urge you to go find this TikTok. It's one of the best TikToks I've
I'll
ever
have
seen.
to.
This grandma goes agua, and then she goes to like the Walmart employee and complains. She's like, "Where did you get this?" And she like holds up the cover, and the Walmart guy's doing his best to just keep his cool. Well, laughing, but go find it.
Yeah.
Angry grandma on TikTok.
I would love to have like a relative that would be like that because if I attempted any of that stuff, you will see my name in the obituary.
Oh. Oh, that's that. Okay.
There's no sense of humor with them.
Well then.
My grandparents were all religious, dude. That would never fly. I would
Nah, same.
just be, I would be toast. Or either that or my grandma just wouldn't know what the hell it was. Like, she wouldn't know what was going on. She'd just sit there and be like, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, huh?
Huh?
Basically, that's what it would be.
Huh?
Okay, let's see here. Video games.
Games.
All right, so I will go Dill. Dill, we will put
Hi.
Teaser Kingdom on hold here for a second.
Okay.
And then we're going to go. Why are you back on Assassin's Creed? Didn't you finish that?
No, I didn't finish it. That's why I'm back on it.
All right, tell us about Assassin's Creed.
I'm like 87 hours in,
Oh my
and
God.
I'm on I think I'm on the last mission before I actually get to the end game.
It took you 87 hours. Is this just
Yes.
is it map vomit? Is it just straight map vomit?
Map vomit, DLC content, various bits and pieces. Each arc that I've been through has taken me at least like 4 to 5 hours to complete as well, too.
Damn, son.
So
Jesus.
yeah, it's a lot of like map vomit, pretty much.
Oh my God.
So
What are you
I just
thinking
want
of
to
it?
finish it.
Does it hold?
Uh,
that answers the question. I just want to get this shit
I just want.
over
I
with.
just honest answer. Yeah, I just want to finish it. I want to finish it before Mirage comes out later this year. That's my ultimate goal at that point. Like it's just. It's a long journey. I've literally like been through a lot of time on this game, and I just want it to be crossed off the list. Like I've crossed off all of the other games now that I've had on my backlog for a long time.
Did you just not like it? Like, do you not like the game?
I think the game feels more Assassin's Creed like than the previous game, Odyssey.
Okay.
I will say that it feels more like an Assassin's Creed game. The Assassin's Creed like guilds in there and everything like that. The missions feel more assassin like as well, but it's still quite far from what Assassin's Creed was originally. And it's as I said, it's like as you said, it's a lot of map vomit. Like it's a lot of just like extra stuff. I haven't even done a lot of the extra stuff honestly that are on the map. I've just like found whatever I've done and then move on to
And
like
you're
the
still
main missions.
87 hours into it.
Yep. It's why I'm hoping Mirage is going to be a lot less. Apparently, Mirage is going to be a lot more linear and a lot more focused on the main story rather than like a lot of map vomit. You know,
Good lord.
and that's what I'm hoping for.
That's too much work, dude.
I just want to finish it. I've started it, so I want to finish it.
I feel like I like the first couple games, like all the way up to like the third one, like the Ezio one's finished, right? Like I like all those games.
The trilogy.
After that, I just don't care enough about it to just dedicate 87
I
hours
do.
into it.
I think Black
Thing
Flag
I
was
do.
great, but then after that, they really fell off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
Or
turned
at least
will-
it changed so much where you don't even recognize it or doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game
I
anymore.
feel like when Origins came out, that was a nice, fresh, new take on Assassin's Creed. There was map vomit, but there wasn't overwhelming map vomit. You
and
know,
then they just ran with it.
and yeah, because like Origins took me like 35 hours to beat in total, something like that.
Okay,
with the
that's not
main
terrible.
story and all the extra stuff and like that. But then when I played Odyssey took me like 75 hours plus to beat, and that's without DLC content. So like there was a lot of map vomit from Odyssey, and I was in Valhalla with DLC content so far. It's taken me like 87 hours at this point, and I'm still not finished.
Here's a question for you guys. What's a good game length to you guys, you think? Like, what's that ideal length that you have and you're like, okay, I was comfortable with this, I'm satisfied. And then
Anywhere
versus-
between 30 to 40
Give us
hours.
some-
Mhm.
I hope
my
someone came
opinion.
in the middle of you asking that question. Is this the certain length, certain kind of like depth to it? Like, do you like it girthy?
Those could all be applied to
Yeah, it's
video
pretty good.
games. Those could all be applied to video games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get. Well, okay, I'm talking about video game length.
we sure are. We sure are.
That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about video game length. But
I say, if you're talking about like a game that has like a linear story, I'm actually happy with like 40 hours. But
Yeah.
I do like where if you do like a lot of side stuff, it can turn into like 120 hours. But then if it's taking like practically like 100 hours just to like finish like the main game, I just lose interest.
Yeah.
Because like I remember getting Dragon Quest 11, being so excited for it, and then it got just a certain amount of hours, and I'm just like, we have so long to go. I think I'm good for now.
Yeah.
it's okay. So I guess we could kind of like rephrase it slightly here. So I think for a story, like for the main quest, I think 25 hours is a good, decent.
Yeah.
You know,
I
chunk.
think I was like talking about like main quests and extras, like 30 to 40
Yeah.
hours is quite
Because some
decent
of the
amount.
extras you do have to do. A lot of these games you have to do some of the extras to get through in the main quest, so that's understandable. But I feel like if your time spent doing the main quest was between 20 and 25 hours, I feel like that is a suitable game to me. Anything that takes 40 some odd hours to complete is really stretching it. And of course there are obvious variables to some of this thing. I mean, if it's 40 hours of actual good content, that's a different story. But a lot of the times it's just filler to try and get this stuff, in
To try and keep you playing it
to
longer.
keep you playing it, and saying it. So, Morgan, what do you think is a good game length to you?
I would agree. I think 40 hours in general is probably good. I think it also kind of like depends because, like, some games I think would be okay if they're like 40 hours, and then there's like other ones like RPGs that obviously usually take like longer.
Yeah.
But for like linear ones, I would agree about 40 hours probably sounds good to me too.
Yeah, an RPG definitely it has to be at least 40 hours.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because there's a
Because-
lot of time you spend like building characters, armor, customizations, and all stuff, and that's all tied into the actual gameplay and the main quest because you
Yeah.
upgrade your
Mhm.
gear and all that stuff. That makes sense. Your standard
However,
like. Go ahead.
like there was a game that I did play that's actually on my list, but I'm not gonna mention it just yet. I played that one. That playthrough that takes 10 hours. But the thing is, though, it comes with probably great replayability. So you're fine. It's like, all right, I spent 9-10 hours on this. I'm ready to do this again. Sink another 9-10 hours on it.
Yeah, that's good.
Talking about Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, Detroit. Well, that
Mhm.
one has a bunch of different like scenarios that you can end up with.
Yeah.
The replayability plays a huge factor in the time you spend on the game. The other one that does that was like Until Dawn. Until Dawn had what?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't 30, right? It was like some insane number of
Mm.
like possible endings.
Oh, how many endings did Until Dawn?
Morgan would
have?
know. She's played like 30 times.
Yeah, I played that game like multiple times. I don't remember technically how many endings. I do remember that, like, in comparison to Detroit Become Human, Detroit Become Human has a lot more
Yeah.
paths than Until Dawn does.
I think it says 6 different endings.
Oh, 6 different. Where did I get
Yeah.
30 from? One of these games has some ridiculous amount of endings. But
I think you're talking about Nier Automata, and Nier Automata has like an ungodly amount of endings.
oh my god. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, way more than I would I would put into that. I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience or whatever to see 30 some odd different endings that are just like minuscule and
Oh, yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's Nier
Mhm.
Automata. Nier Automata has 26 different endings.
Oh my god. That's too
Says
many.
the number one game with 100 endings is Star Ocean Second
yes.
Evolution.
Star Oceans? Yeah. Oh god damn, 100 endings.
That's number one.
Damn.
And here I am thinking, oh my gosh, Chrono Trigger, like 10 different, 12 different endings. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
That was groundbreaking at the time though. We gotta
Yeah,
give it credit. That was groundbreaking at the time. Where you're like, whoa, 10 different endings? Damn, I'm down, and then you
10
played it
different
over and over.
playthroughs.
I do have Nier
Mhm.
Automata. I just haven't played it yet, so I might have to pick that up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that was on the Steam sale. I didn't. Well, I lied. I bought one.
Oh
thing off
yeah,
the Steam
that's a
sale.
good question. Did anyone get anything on the recent Steam sales?
Yeah, did we all have a Steam sale haul here? Anyone
Yeah.
not have a
Think
Steam
so.
sale haul?
I only bought one game.
Yeah, same.
What?
Same.
Yeah.
Wait. Bill only
I
bought
did not
one.
buy
That don't
anything.
make sense.
I
Because
Wait, bro,
I-
didn't you buy one too?
Eric, you forget that I spent like a ungodly amount of money on audio stuff.
You should
that's
spend
true.
a whole bunch more just to satisfy Eric.
Hmm.
This is Dill we're
Tax
talking
write-off.
about, okay? This is Dill we're talking about here because Dill literally buys like 50 million games a month.
Well, not a month, a year maybe.
Well,
A year. Oh, my apologies. Dill buys more games than they actually produce.
I mean, the honest
how that
answer,
even possible? I don't know.
the companies can't keep up.
Yeah, the next game I'd want to actually get is not until September, and that's Starfield.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
and after that it's Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yes, I only bought one game. I was gonna buy two, but then
Yeah.
Pao and I figured out what was going
What'd
on,
you
which
buy?
we'll talk about in the game chat here. But
So what'd you guys buy?
I bought Metro Exodus because it was like £5.
Oh.
I've played the other Metro games and I really loved them, so I just want to see what Exodus is like.
Okay, I lied again. I bought two.
Okay.
I bought
Okay,
two.
okay,
I
here we
bought
go.
two. I bought the,
The
big
truth
two.
comes out.
I bought two. So, the first one I bought, and God, you ever be in that position where you see something and it's so dirt cheap, and you're just like, oh, it's $5, whatever, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bought the Marvel's Avengers.
Oh,
Marvel's Avengers, like
oh,
what is it? I don't know what they call it, like Game of the Year collection or whatever. The whole
They really have
Game
the
of the
audacity to
year?
call that thing Game of the
Start of
Year.
the
They
year.
have the audacity to
Wrong
call
with
that
you?
piece of shit Game of the Year.
I don't know what
How
it's called. It's
fucking
like
dare
Complete
they?
Edition or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, where they put all the
Yeah.
shit into one pack, right?
God,
was like-
I'm very glad that game's dying in September.
It's like, well, I was like,
Dill is triggered.
it's $6.75. It's $6.75. What am I gonna buy? Like coffee or something? Like, okay, whatever. I can get 20 hours of entertainment for $6.75. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I bought Marvel's Avengers. I have not installed it yet. I don't even know if I'll ever install it. But
I say refund it now before you have a chance.
You seen that
It can't be
game
that
is
bad, like,
called that
it's-
game's not called Marvel's Adventures. It's called Marvel's Vag Ventures.
I agree
The
with
reason being is because it's smelling, and
Yep.
once you play it once, you forget it exists.
that. True.
God damn.
Ew.
True. Every once in a
Wow.
while you'll see it and just go, what was I thinking?
wow.
Just hit it and quit it.
Okay,
Exactly.
Just hit it and quit it. And it only cost
Okay.
$6.75.
Morgan.
So
It
I
was
guess
literally
I'll
a cheap
probably-
date.
Get to
Yeah.
work, Morgan. Yeah. No wonder why you only spend $5 on it. It's a cheap date.
Yeah.
You're gonna get something out of it.
I mean, I played Marvel's Avengers on release and I bought it at full price.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
So,
why. I hate
okay,
it
hold
so
on.
much.
Let me get my. Oh, I have my glasses on. Let me get a notepad here.
Notepad.
How does that make you feel?
How did that
Dill?
make you feel?
How does that make you feel?
Regret.
Okay. What made you? What compelled you to pay for this at full price? Just we got to get deep down to what your issues are.
Because it was Marvel, and because the gameplay looked solid, and I played the beta, and I did enjoy the beta.
The beta?
Everything.
What?
Yeah, the beta.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
Bagel, so okay.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It's like I don't know. And then when I got it, the game barely functioned on my PC at the time. Which, to be fair, I had a lower res PC at the time. But then even after I upgraded and went back to it, it still had the same issues. And also, like the gameplay is just not great at all. Like it's boring.
I'm gonna just play this game, and maybe I'll just do it, and maybe I'll put it on the Good People channel where I'll just do a playthrough of this mess.
Yeah.
And-
It's an experience, that's for sure. It has a somewhat decent story. It's just the gameplay that's boring, and it's just a lot of like boring tasks as well to complete.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
give an honest opinion of Marvel's Avengers. I should do a whole review thing on cheap video games, like
Yeah.
games that are like $5 and just review them.
I tried even going back to it as well. Like when the DLCs all came out, I tried going back to it. I played the first mission in the DLC, and I was like, "Nope, I'm gone."
So you did hit it
So,
and quit it, but then you
did
were
you-
getting like some regrets, so you
He
went
was-
back for a second run.
It was more curiosity than regrets, and then now I remembered why I didn't go back to it.
Oh, so
That's
you-
like going to like an ex-girlfriend that's
Yep.
like she wasn't very attractive, but I wonder if she's got hotter. Then you go there, you hit it and quit it, and you realize she's not any hotter.
or you just see her in the store, or you run into her in the
Wow.
store, and you're like,
It's like,
She wasn't
"God
that
damn, I need
bad."
to get my rocks off.
yeah. You're like, she
Damn
wasn't
it,
that
Dill.
bad. It's not that bad. All right, we'll go again. And then you're like, no, it was bad.
So you bought the game? Did it come with the DLC, or did you go back to it and bought DLC?
Oh no, I bought the ultimate version, which would come with all the DLC.
Oh, so it came along with it. Okay,
you
I
paid
can
the
see
whole.
why
You paid
were
the $80.
curious.
You paid the $80 price.
Yeah.
Wow.
The betrayal.
No,
I should have waited as well because literally a month later it was half price.
don't blame
Man,
him.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited. Pao and I were at the Mart, and they have Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Oh, Baja
in
Blast
Baja.
pack.
And they have it in Zero Sugar
Baha
now.
ha 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 blast.
Baja.
Baja.
Oh.
Can we make that a sound?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Put it on the soundboard.
No, your soundboard is turned off, Dill. You lost privileges.
I veto that.
No.
Ooh, I don't veto, you say?
Oh, the one game I did get from the Steam sale is the anniversary edition of Skyrim because I plan on doing a playthrough of it with route control.
Oh, are you gonna use like mods or just vanilla?
Probably vanilla.
Have they modified, like, have all, like, the modding community and all that stuff migrated their mods over to, like, that revamped, like, collector's edition or whatever? Or do you still need the, like, original vanilla 2015 Skyrim?
Good question. I mean, Nexus still exists because they're the ones that where you can find all the Skyrim mods. But I'll take a look into it, but I kind of doubt that I'll, like, install them just to make sure that I don't... Because I'm not sure like how compatible Skyrim is with the modded edition of Skyrim.
Yeah, because okay, so the original release of Skyrim was what, 2011,
11,
right? And then they revamped it again in like 2015, 2015.
Hang on, let's see the timeline for like the entirety of the Skyrim releases.
Yeah, but anyway, they did revamp it. They revamped it. But then, like, what happened was when they revamped it to, like, a collector's edition or something, it got, like, a graphical upgrade and all that stuff. And then what happened is, like, all the mods that worked on vanilla Skyrim broke because they didn't work in the new version. Or only some of them did. So, like, the modding community had to go and, like, migrate their mods over to the new, latest Skyrim build, which I think all of Skyrim is built on now. I think it's all using the latest.
I'm posting this in the live chat. It's the entire timeline of, like, all the releases of Skyrim.
Let's take a trip down memory lane here for one of the biggest game releases of all time. So, Skyrim was a big deal. Okay, Skyrim is released in 2011, PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Okay, so Legendary Edition, which I guess was the Game of the Year pack kind of stuff.
You know what's going to be sad? The game came out for the PS3. By the time the next Elder Scrolls game comes out, we will have a PS6.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Or an Xbox Series... For, I don't know. What other letter in the alphabet you can use?
Xbox not 69.
Nice.
All right, so we get to 2016. That's when the special edition comes out, and that's when it got the graphical revamp and stuff. That broke a lot of the mods.
That's the one that I got.
Yeah, that's the one I ended up buying too in the end. Okay. And then you got Skyrim VR. No one cares. Skyrim VR on Oculus and Rift. And then previously it was Switch and PSVR. And then we got the Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
basically
the anniversary player special, basically. That's it.
So it is, the graphics are like scaled up towards like around like PS4-ish qualities. So
Okay.
like, it should look nicer on my end. But
Oh, so that's the one you bought, the anniversary one?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was like $10. So why not?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
Hours
deal.
and hours of endless entertainment for $10. You can't.
Yeah.
Especially on crowd
So
control.
much
Or you
variety
can launch
in
me
one
for
game.
$2.
Not bad. Okay. So yeah, I bought the Marvel's Avengers. And then Pao was begging me to buy this cute little like team-based game, which I'm gonna try out, and then I'll put it in the chat with you guys and see if we can do a group thing with this. It's called Pico Park.
Okay.
Oh, I heard a lot about that.
Yeah. And you're basically these cute little characters, and you work as a team, like, and you stack on top of each other and stuff to like traverse these obstacles in a side-scrolling, adventure type of thing. So I'm gonna give that one a shot. That one was only like $5. I'm like,
what
okay,
the fuck?
yeah.
Sorry, I just searched Pico Park and then it took me like freaking 10 images to find a thick one.
What? 10 images to find what?
One with a thick ass.
Oh.
What did you look up? You didn't
On
look up Pico
Google,
Park.
I
It's
literally
supposed to be
looked at
on
Pico Park
Google,
on
not
Google.
Pornhub.
It's like, what the fuck?
Did you put the search in the wrong tab again, Dill?
No, it's just like, and me like the 12th image. You're just like, what the fuck is that?
Dill forgot to turn off some
I forgot to turn off
unsafe
safe
search results.
Safe search. Someone search Skyrim mods on the hub and see what comes up.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
Imagine.
God. Yeah.
But wow,
Sorry, I just it caught me off guard. That I was just like, "What the fuck?"
what kind of game is this?
I know, Eric. What are you trying to get us to play?
It's team based. But it looks fun. It looks fun. I watched some of the trailers. Zenith's got this look of befuddlement. Like, what?
Well, you said team based. I'm like, whoa, now.
Whoa, now.
Hey,
Oh,
They stack on top of each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dog
He
How
thought
do
the
they
same
stack
thing I did.
exactly?
Oh.
He thought the same thing, and I didn't say it. I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it in here.
Yeah, we don't
No,
want to hear
let it
about
all
your
out.
menage
Of
a
all
trois.
places, you decide
No.
to
Let
be,
it
you
all
of all places, Morgan, you decide to behave when you're actually on the air.
Yeah.
The content.
Yeah,
Put
you're
it-
the dirtiest person
requires
here.
it.
Yeah,
No. Maybe. I don't know.
please. I can't accept lies like that.
Lies and slander.
Jesus, you wouldn't take that
Yeah,
under
he's-
You
oath.
have no idea, Eric. You have no idea.
You wouldn't take that
He's-
under oath. Morgan.
Okay. He said team based. I was gonna say team based.
Ooh.
That was
With the quotes, if you're
Ooh.
listening,
A
I'm
group
sorry. If you're
activity,
listening,
you mean.
Morgan
You
put up
can't have
quotes.
threesomes on Pico Park,
Oh,
Morgan.
it's not a threesome. This is a full orgy.
At Dill's Pico Park, apparently you can. Whatever version he's buying.
Is that what people do at parks these days? What the fuck?
Don't search that, Dill.
No, I will not.
Don't search that. So yeah, we bought Pico Park, and then Pao, go ahead and share your Steam purchases.
I only did one. I did It Takes Two. So I think it was like 15
okay.
bucks. That's
Yeah.
been really fun.
Yeah.
Also,
that's it.
Pico Park does It Takes Two.
Oh my god.
Don't search It Takes Two in the chat and whatever you're looking up, Dill.
Oh
Stay
my
off that
God.
page.
Don't do it.
But that is that. All right. So Dill's finishing up Detective Pikachu, I'm guessing here.
No, I'm only on chapter 5.
Oh, you're taking your time with this
I
one.
Tears of the Kingdom took up a lot of my time, and so after I finished it, I've actually been starting to go back to games that I've like put on hold, basically.
Okay. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
in a second here. I'm in the same boat as you.
Mm.
All right. What do we got here? Zenith. Zenith, you have some. We've got sexy vampires.
Yeah.
How do you guys get
Um,
custom names in the Google Doc? I'm so confused.
Huh?
I've got vicious alligator or something like that. What? Anonymous
What?
wolf. Anonymous camel.
It just like gives it to you automatically.
Oh, and I got
Yeah,
anonymous
take it.
grizzly.
And then we have Eric.
And then we have
Yeah,
Big
that is
Dill.
weird though.
Mhm.
All right. So who is anonymous camel? Is that you, Zenith?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Anonymous camel typed on Hannah.
I think that's me.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
good.
okay.
Okay.
I am
Okay.
anonymous camel.
Oh.
Oh,
Ah,
Okay.
Shit.
Anonymous
This is a
camel
camel.
is here.
I
What's
think
the one under
Zenith's the wolf.
Leshki?
Hmm.
This is a
I
fun
don't
game
know,
in
that's not
itself.
me.
Why is this not on the Steam? Google.
Don't worry, it's
Google
coming
Doc.
soon.
Google Doc
Coming
Navigator.
soon for $2,000.
Google Doc Who Done It.
Who done it? All right, Zenith's on
Yeah.
some. Zenith's on some sexy vampires.
Yeah, but instead of GeoGuessr, you have Google Guesser.
Yeah, Google Guesser.
Yes.
That's a good name of a game. Someone should do that.
Mhm.
Put 100 people on a Google Doc and try to find out who's who.
Yes.
Mhm.
Got it.
Let's do it.
So,
Yeah.
so Blood Hunt tournament is not just on mine, but it's also on Morgan's because Morgan and I were participating in a charity Blood Hunt tournament
Okay.
for
How's the team doing?
So basically, Morgan and I were on different teams, and I was paired with a friend that was hosting the tournament, and we didn't do so good. Like our first, so we had six games each, and Blood Hunt. If you don't know what it is, it's where you play as a vampire, and you have 7 different classes or 4 different kind of like houses, if you'd say. So, for example, you have a Bruja, which is like vampires that are like more like edgy and rock
Okay, so that's the Slytherin. That's the Slytherin house.
You have like the really creepy, stealthy ones that look like they're all mangled and shit, and and then you have ones that look like they're security guards, where they're more like just like, yes, wear a suit, but I'm also a vampire.
Okay.
And then you have like
That's the royal family.
Then you have like the blood mage characters. Well, there's only one for him, but yeah.
How's how's it going? Like, is it going smoothly, or you kind of just like playing along and going through this tournament here, or like what's the verdict?
We did the tournament. We did 6 games, and our we got really, really unlucky. We ran into then again, I was kind of like out of sync with my tournament partner because I like to lead, but the other person I was with also likes to lead, so I kind of just let him handle it, and we immediately got into danger. We were the first team to die, and pretty much happened the exact same thing. We actually ran into the developers of the game themselves. On the second match, and they were so good at the game they decided to play the entire tournament with melee weapons only.
Oh no!
Nice.
They absolutely dominated. They won the tournament. So it was just not fair. And then finally we started getting good. And Morgan, what happened in the 4th game?
Yeah, Morgan, tell us what happened.
Tell us, Morgan.
This is all your nice way of saying, Zenith, that Morgan lost it for you, right?
Wow. Well, so everyone knows that I like the katana. And as a matter of fact, I go around and because the katana has like a really cool ability where both not only can you just slice up enemies and does like a lot of damage, and you also like recover health when you slash at your enemies. But if you right click, it has like a cooldown to it, but you can deflect bullets back at your enemies, and it's so good.
Nice.
Like I won games where I pretty much all I did was just hit people with a katana. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I found Morgan, and she was streaming her end. I was just recording mine, and some person came up and sliced her up to bits with the katana, and then she realized who was it when I was holding her up by the neck and basically breaking her head, snapping her neck in half. She was very salty about it.
Oh yeah, I cussed him out on stream.
Wow.
Wow.
And she has a clip.
Yeah.
She will share probably after the pod. Actually, just put it in live chat.
Okay.
Let's put it in live chat. Let's see what we got going here.
Yeah. But she also did a thing because her partner was another one of my mods. As a matter of fact, they were. You want Morgan? You tell the story.
Yeah, Morgan, share some of your sexy vampire run. Tell us from your perspective what happened.
Okay, so
So like a court case.
So me and my partner, Daydream Replay, we actually ended up placing second in the tournament. So we so obviously the developers of the game itself. Yeah.
They actually dominated. Like, how many games did you guys win?
We were 3 for 3. So
yeah, 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
Not 3 for 3.
That's what
6 games, you fucking liar.
That's what it is.
Wow. Be nice.
Attention in the court. Attention in court.
She's making it sound like I'm unstoppable. I invented the game myself.
Zen,
No,
let her
I meant-
speak.
Let the defendant speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant that like we won 3 out of 6 games. So we won the first one, the second one, and the last one. And in the last one, what ended up happening is that my partner actually got revenge for what Zen did to me in game 3. I think it was the end of game 3 that he did that. And yeah, it's like Zen and his partner, I believe, were the only other team that was actually still alive in game 6.
We were second last.
Yeah. And whenever my partner took both of them down, he ended up teabagging Zen.
Wow.
So Zen got what he deserved.
Yeah.
No, wait, he pulled a Halo move, actually.
Yeah, and he was like, we're so getting unmodded after this. Because they were named Zen's minions to add insult to injury. So my own minions were humping my face.
You got Jon Snowed.
Jesus.
Yeah. And, I mean... At the same, that was a lot of fun. So we have some clips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. We'll put some of these clips up on the TikTok for you guys from the tournament there.
Ooh, that looks like fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It's free to play. Even despite the tournament being done, like I've actually played a whole bunch, and I honestly think I could have done a lot better at the tournament if Morgan was my partner, because her and I are pretty much like in sync of like what we want to do. Where it's like, hey, let's go along over here. Let's stay low, stay hidden. Yes, they're probably expecting us from this end of the building, but let's go around to the other side, climb up this side, and then boom, right in their face, and it just leave them like Highlander.
Mhm.
I
You
just
actually
felt
get,
like
like-
you
you
guys
actually-
are dirty, bro.
You guys got done dirty. I mean, Zenith getting teabag seems to be the highlight
That's
of
the
my day.
highlight. That's the
mean,
highlight right there.
I do have an emote where I was flipping her off on her stream.
He did.
Yeah.
I think I cussed him out for that too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
actually,
then Dream
I,
teabagged me in the face again, but it wasn't like in the middle of the game or round.
I kind of teabagged you then also before we ended up going into a match.
There was just a lot of tea time going around.
What is this obsession with humping my face? What's wrong with you guys?
I didn't hump your face. I humped your knees. Where's that clip?
No, get your junk away from me.
Uh-huh.
What?
Mhm. Huh?
Go ahead, keep
No,
going.
he-
Don't stop there. Just keep going. What
he
the hell?
was. Hang
That would
on.
hurt. Humping someone's knees would hurt.
I think what happened was that he was doing like a handstand or something like that, and that's when Dream teabagged his head. But when Zen stood, you too.
Jeez, wow.
But when
Order,
Zen's-
order.
They're flipping
I
each other off
object.
in the chat right now. Like they're literally flipping each other off on Discord. If you're listening right now, they're unhappy with each other.
We're gonna have to separate them on the screen, opposite sides.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
to separate
Yeah.
them.
Here, I'll change my name so that Dill can be the bottom.
No, don't do that. Fuck up all the windows.
Never gonna happen.
Don't do that.
But yeah, Zen was doing a handstand whenever Dream teabagged him in the lobby, and then when Zen stood back up is when I teabagged him. So I actually ended up teabagging either his knees or his foot or something.
Did you guys actually play the game? All I hear is we teabag this person.
Well then, maybe that is the game.
Yeah, we did.
So if you didn't know, it's like 95 degrees where I'm living right now. So like there's a lot of air conditioners and stuff going on in the apartment complex. I don't think it's the box because I did multiple tests with this box with new cables and stuff, and it's
Well, you
holding
got a new
up.
box, right?
I didn't get a new box. I went and bought all new cables first, and
Okay.
I did the whole thing where I put it on different USB ports and all that jazz, and it
Yeah.
was holding up. I just think people are just sucking the shit of power out in this apartment complex right now
Oh.
because I got I got power glitched.
Ooh.
Because like my fan that's like right in front of me here also kind of like wound down and then spun back up.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think we're okay here.
So I'm really
okay.
glad that when I was buying like an air conditioning unit, the one that goes into your window.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't go in the window, but it's got like a hose that goes
Oh yeah, yeah,
dispenses
and like
the-
you
A
kind of like
swamp
roll it
cooler.
around the house. Like you can roll it around in the house or whatever.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it's eco-friendly and uses little juice,
Yeah.
so that way I don't have to worry about my lights flashing, because otherwise, like, I'm afraid like my stream would go down because I have power line internet, and anytime there's like a sudden jolt in power going through my
Mhm.
house, all of a sudden, boom, internet gone, dropping hundreds of frames on the stream.
Yeah, it just blips. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if someone is using a blender in the kitchen, my stream crashes pretty much.
Damn.
I
What-
kid you not.
What kind of weird, like, fit together electrical system do you have?
So
Like,
what it is in the kitchen, it is on the same kind of like power or
Right. It's on
Fuse.
it's on the same breaker basically.
yeah, so it's on the same breaker as the router that's currently out in the living room. The thing is though, my
Right.
router is so far away from my room that if I used Wi-Fi, it would not be possible. You would probably not see all of this today, but because I have power line, you plug it into an electrical outlet. I can plug in another thing into an electrical outlet over here, and my internet will go through the power lines, through the circuit of the house, and dispense it right here as if I'm plugged in through a very
Yeah.
long.
So it's
Ethernet
like
cable.
it's basically a power line is basically Ethernet through your electrical system.
Yeah.
Right.
So like
Great.
one plugs in on at the router end into the wall, the electrical outlet. So what'll happen is though, for these to work effectively and actually be, I don't want to say flawless because that's near impossible, but to be the most optimum performance out of these things, they need to be on the same electrical circuit. So like
Yes.
depending on how they wired your house. So in Zenith's case, like the kitchen and I'm assuming the room where the router is hooked up, they're all wired on the same plane,
Yeah.
doing the
I'm
same
fine
run
if
to the
anyone
same
uses like
breakers.
I'm fine if anyone uses the microwave. I'm fine if anyone uses like the coffee machine, or even like the TV, or even if anyone wants to like stream from out in the living room. But the moment someone uses a blender, no frames,
Yeah.
no internet.
Because the blender
It's
just
all
literally
gone.
It
sucks.
blends the frames.
Yeah,
Yeah,
puts
that's
the
what I was gonna
frames
say.
into a
It
nice shape.
literally blends it.
Yeah, they put my internet
frame
through the blender.
milkshake. Oh, no.
So yeah, so as soon as like someone flips on Zenith, as someone flips on a blender in Zenith's kitchen, it sucks all the juice from that line at that given second. Much like when you
Yeah.
turn an air conditioner on, like you know how much juice it takes to turn on an AC.
I don't have an AC.
Oh, okay. It's a lot. Like it's a lot
It's a
to
lot.
like.
Yeah.
It sucks a lot of juice just to get that thing started and spinning. So
Yeah.
that's what the blender's doing. It's fucking.
Yeah, my
Okay.
AC cost me $450, something like that.
They're
And I think
pretty
it's on
cool. Those
sale.
are cool. I like those.
But yes, I finished the Bloodhound tournament. We did great.
And you
Yeah,
got
it was lots of
teabagged.
fun.
Sorry about
Yay.
that.
I got teabagged. I got plenty of
Teabagged.
footage, and it's for free for PC and for PlayStation 4.
We got to get that
Or
downloaded.
PlayStation 5.
It's on my list of things to download.
Sounds
If you do
fun.
try it,
Yeah, it looks cool.
you got people to play with,
Yeah, we're gonna get in on that.
and
Because
it's
there's some
cross-platform
stuff.
as well.
We got to have a meeting about it, but there's some stuff we also have to do to get this affiliate ship here. So
Mhm.
we got to work on that.
Hit the
Show.
follow button,
No, not the
or I'll
follow
bite
button.
your ass.
The buttons.
Subscribe.
Funny enough, yes, please subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet here on Twitch, we'd really appreciate it. That would get us close to this affiliate ship. I think we're like 2 or 3 away from that requirement.
it's 2.
So feel free to go ahead and subscribe, not subscribe, but go ahead and feel free to follow us here if you aren't so inclined. We'd appreciate it very much. And then, but we do have to do some extra content on here to meet the time requirements.
Okay.
So I've already got a game plan in that for that play. So remember that whole thing where we talk about doing a little streamy stram myself?
Yeah.
Feet.
I could do the feat. I mean,
The what?
you know what?
Two
Maybe
more
I'll do.
subscriber. Eric shows feet.
Yeah,
What?
I'll show feet on stream if you guys
What?
subscribe.
I'd follow.
Okay.
I follow. Yeah. So we got some time requirements we have to meet, which we'll get worked out, and I will. explain
10.
what's
No,
gonna go on.
no.
He's showing leg, ladies. He's showing leg
He's showing ankles.
and
Oh, no.
ankles. Can you
Ooh
believe
la
this man is
la.
single? Come on, people. It's not right. It's not right. He's a dashingly handsome man. He's funny. He's energetic. He's comedic. What more do you need in life?
Yeah, you just have to just not worry about the fact that I'm absolutely fucking broke.
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to leave that out. I was trying to do you a favor and leave
I'm
that
not
out.
doing myself any favors.
I was trying to leave that
But I'd
out.
rather get that tidbit out there before anyone's like, "Oh, I made a big mistake."
Well, I'm going to. We'll see to it that a sugar mama comes your way.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get a nice sugar mama to come your way. You know, she'll take you to all the fancy dinners. She'll get you the Chick-fil-A, the
We'll give her all my sugar.
The all you can eat.
all you can
All
eat,
the eats.
the Tim
I will.
Tams.
I will gladly
Oh,
reach
I
for a
love
cookie
Tim
jar.
Tams.
Oh, not Tim Tams. Tim Tams are good though. What's the other one? The T-Hos, the Tim Hortons,
need to
the Tim
try
Bits.
Tim
That's it, Tim
Tams.
Bits.
I will gladly
What's a
stir her
Timbit?
drink with a biscotti.
Okay, Tim Bits.
He's,
Tim Bits,
Is
pal,
it sh-
are it's their fancy name of a donut hole.
Oh, they're just
Oh,
donut
yeah,
holes.
the
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah, they're just Tim
They
Bits.
have
the sugar.
cereal.
I'm thinking the booger sugar.
What the?
They got booger sugar up in them.
That explains why they're so popular.
Why is
Oh,
this
you
guy
guys put Justin
snorting
Bieber up in here?
Timbits?
That's a hell of a
Guy
nostril.
snorting Timbits in his car.
Jesus.
The fuck are you doing?
It was like Zeb was talking about he's gonna give her sugar, and it's like the first thing when he said sugar, that was the first thing that came to mind was the booger sugar.
You know, I'll
Well,
give her my
then.
sugar glaze, if you know what I mean. But
Oh my
you know,
god.
help a brother out.
Okay.
I'll make it to the center for a jelly-filled donut.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I do like jelly donuts.
I should write
I
that
hate
one down.
jelly
That was really
donuts.
good.
I
Yeah,
love
no,
them.
they're gross.
I do like the
Not
other
bad.
one though, the one where they put like the pudding in it or whatever. Those chocolate,
Chocolate?
ones, yeah,
Oh, the custard?
yeah,
Like
those are.
I
Good.
don't like the custard. 'Cause,
Do you like
I,
custard ones?
If anyone gets Boston cream donuts, I refuse to have it.
Ooh. That sounds good.
You guys ever have a cannoli?
No.
Yes.
Oh, cannolis are fire.
I
How do you spell cannoli?
What is a cannoli?
CANO.
Sorry,
And-
CANOLI.
OLI.
No, I never had a cannoli before.
Oh, those are so good, dude. It's
That almost looks
basically
like an egg
like
roll.
They do
it's
look
like
quite
a,
nice.
I think it's like a crepe pastry, basically.
Yeah.
Like
And
a
then-
Looks like it.
custard.
Yeah, it's like
Uh-huh.
custard and cream and stuff like that. No, custard ones are eclairs. Those are eclairs.
Those-
Oh, just kidding.
Oh, I used to
Eclairs of
get these
custard?
really nice fresh donuts from close by, and they had the two that I would get would either be like the cinnamon powder, where like you one bite and your mouth just waters immediately, and it's not just like it's because it's like tasty. It's the fact that that's what happens
tasty.
when you put a bunch of cinnamon powder in your mouth. And the other one was like a chocolate with crunched up peanuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the glaze from the chocolate is still pretty warm, so it kind of is sort of melty, and I kind of love it like that.
The
Damn,
churros we
Okay.
got the other day were good, Eric.
churros. Oh, that was
Yeah,
weeks
we got
ago.
churros.
Yeah, that was weeks
Still
ago.
good though.
But they're no
Churros.
longer any good though.
Churros. Oh, dude, now I got a craving for a good donut.
The fuck's wrong with you, Morgan? Get out of here!
The fuck?
Morgan, please.
What's happening?
You
Stop
two,
thinking about crunched up penis.
What's going on?
what the fuck?
Oh, damn.
Crunched up penis is just someone with too
I've
much
never,
foreskin.
I've
Get
never
out of here.
heard Zen's talk so much
Whoa.
about penises until Morgan turned up. ID, Jesus.
You two, why are you like fanning yourself?
Why are you
off?
motioning in more crunched up penis as if you're like a flight
It's like,
attendant?
go away.
Here's the runway. Back it up.
Spread the
No,
penis
because-
around. Spread it around.
No, because like I'm laughing so hard, like my eyes are watering. I'm trying to dry my eyes before my makeup runs.
Hope,
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
That's why
Hopefully
it's
you
like
got
you're
waterproof mascara
motioning
on.
into penis.
No.
Yeah, we're having some
No
power
penis
problems.
damage.
We're having some power problems in the complex here.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
no
cool.
longer the bottom of the podcast.
It's okay. I'm gonna turn this fan off. Maybe I can salvage myself some juice here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start sweating, but we'll live.
Okay.
So no crunched up penises. No, we don't need none of that.
Aw. Aw.
No, but why are you fanning yourself off, Morgan?
No, because like my like I said, I was laughing really hard and my eyes started to water and I was trying to dry my eyes
Right.
before my makeup runs. No, it's actually running. Like I'm
Uh-oh.
yeah, it's actually running.
They don't understand.
She needs some
Yeah.
waterproof mascara.
No,
Sounds like
that's
it.
the thing. It's not my mascara. It's like my my eyeliner, I guess. Yeah.
Waterproof eyeliner then?
There's some.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to get some then.
Yeah.
Where were we? We got on a tangent there. Let's see here.
Something about
You finished
Zen's
talking about
games.
Blood Hunt.
We were talking
Yeah.
about Blood Hunt. Okay. I'm not sorry. Zenith has got some Mario RPG randomizer and some Mario Kart 8 going on also. Are you doing randomizers to prep for the remaster? Is that where we're at here?
So it was a goal that I had, and it was redeemed. And honestly, I wanted to do it because people have been begging me to do it because they say, "Oh, it's a really good randomizer," and I'm also excited for the remake. So I finally played it yesterday, and it's actually really lots of fun. And I think I'm going to be adding it to my stream store.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So, and just an interesting thing about it is, you know how there's like 7 star spirits, right?
Right.
No.
So you need to so what you need to do is you actually have to go around the world and defeat bosses and hope that they have one of the stars that you need. So, and that's how you get your stars. So you kind of have to like have like a checklist that okay, there's a boss in this dungeon. Have to make sure that I'm strong enough to beat it, and the bosses are randomized, so you have to hope and pray that you're high enough level to defeat it. So it's fun.
I'm gonna try some of these randomizer. I know I said that earlier in the year too. I need to get on this randomizer train. There's just so much. There's just so much going on in terms of games. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do them.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, you'll
I'm
see
gonna
the
do
same
'em.
thing next July.
True.
You know what? I'm just gonna prove you wrong now. Now it's my life's mission to disprove.
Now
you wrong.
he's determined.
Now I'm determined.
Yeah.
You know what? Add me to the list of those teabagging you because it's about to go down.
Whoa. Okay.
All
This is his villain arc.
It's a
Damn.
villain arc.
You have
We're
to
on-
kill me first before you teabag.
We're in the
please.
end game now.
Hello. The end game of teabagging.
We're in the end game now. Avengers teabag. Here we go.
Avengers teabag.
Here we go. Let's do this. All right. And then you got some Mario Kart 8 DLC, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This is the
it's really
standard
good.
player packs they've been dropping, right?
Yeah. Played a couple of days ago. I'm kind of glad that Mario Kart 8 happened that day because I was having a really, really awful day that day because, my brother moved out about 2.5 weeks ago, and that was the same day we had to move he was bringing his cat home, and that was an awful day because the cat knew it was not coming back.
Yeah.
And did not want a cat carrier. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it's rough. I know how it goes when like pets like leave or they pass on and stuff like that. It's not fun. It's not fun. My mom's got this dog that's literally like 15, 16 years old, and you just like this dog's very, very low activity and stuff now, and she's not really in any pain or anything. She just like lays around and just lounges a lot. So we know time's coming. But yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad the Mario Kart DLC is at least boosting your spirits a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, the best. So you can do custom races now. So you
Nice.
can customize like what items you get for your races. And my new favorite is you have bullet bills, which is the one you use and you just like it just makes you go and you're invincible.
I know
And
how
blue
much for bullet
shells.
bills.
Blue shells and bullet bills together. Where you actually, so if you're in first place, the only way to defend yourself from 5 blue shells circling around your head is to use a bullet bill.
Damn.
So
Damn.
half the fun is trying to like utilize your blue shells, but yeah, it's fun. It's lots of fun. I mean, like we were playing Baby Park on one of the races,
Ooh.
and I'm just trying to go past where they have like the starting line, right?
Yeah.
And there's just like a tactical nuke, just nothing but blue explosions right there. And I'm like, I can't even drive through this. I'm gonna get blown up.
Sounds
Nice.
delightful.
So I'm gonna have to come out with the TikTok showing all my adventures.
That sounds like
It's a fun
I-
time.
I think I should just go buy
That
this
sounds
pack
fun.
too. Yeah, Pao and I might just go buy these.
If
packs.
you get the Nintendo Online Expansion Pass, you get all the packs for free.
How much is that thing again a year? Like
Depends on which one you get.
yeah. I mean, I have the cheap like $20 one.
If you get like the standard single player one, I think it's like $50 per year.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think
You just get new courses?
They've been releasing like packs of courses. I think it was 5 of them, right? Oh, 6 waves.
Yeah.
6 waves
There's
of
gonna be 6
DLC.
waves. This one was the 5th one. The 6th one's coming later this year.
Yeah. They're actually adding like they added new characters as well. They added Birdo, Wiggler, Petey Piranha, and
yeah. And if you
Yeah, I
buy
think so.
you can buy these separate. Like you can buy
You
the
can do, yeah.
Mario Kart pack separate, but if you sign up for the $50 a year Nintendo program, you get like all the retro stuff in the N64, Game Boy Advance, and
For
Genesis
free.
stuff. And then you
Yeah.
get the Mario Kart pack. You also get the Animal Crossing DLC
Yep.
and all of that
Sheesh.
stuff for like $50.
Yeah.
So it's it's a fairly decent deal. I would say it's a fairly
getting
decent
better,
deal.
I'd say.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll see. I'll jump into something like that and see if we can get some. Because I haven't touched Mario Kart in a minute because I went through most
Neither
of
have
it.
I, actually, yeah. Mm.
All right, so we got Morgan now. Morgan,
Mhm.
we heard about the Blood Hunter. Okay, Zenith was very adamant that you talk about this. So let's go ahead and let's hear about Terraria.
So, so I've been doing Terraria for quite a long while, but there were times whenever I actually took breaks. But recently, I came back to it to try to beat hard mode because I've only actually played the mode prior to that. So I got back into it again so that I can actually, get the stuff that I needed in order to beat the bosses that are in hard mode. But
Can
I
I
also,
interrupt you for a second?
yeah, go ahead.
So, I love the fact that as you said, how many hours of Terraria do you have?
Yeah, you said you've been playing it for a good while now. Why don't you actually give us the number, Morgan? Don't hide the number.
I think the number of hours is like 1154 or something like that. But this particular world I've been playing for now almost 2 years.
Okay.
So, but what I love about this is you tell me pretty much almost every day you've been playing Terraria. You had, at the time when I mentioned to you about this, and I've been kind of rubbing in your Terraria obsession, and you said that you had like about 1,060 hours, and it was, you haven't touched hard mode yet. So I'm
Well-
like, wow, so you spent 1,000+ hours playing only the first half of the game. No, you did. Right, she's trying to say, oh, I'd only have one more thing left. It's like, no, you don't. You have the rest of the game to play. The other half. What do you mean you played all of it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like I did attempt hard mode like I think 2 maybe 3 times, but I ended up getting I kept getting destroyed by literally the first 2 bosses in hard mode.
Get
So
good, son.
well, after he said that though, that actually, I guess you could say, motivated me to actually go back into it to try it again. And so I ended up actually beating hard mode like within a week.
How hard is
I
hard
think
mode?
after
Like, how hard is
it's
this?
it's pretty hard.
It's brutal, huh?
Oh, she's just bad.
No,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm gonna teabag you again.
Jesus.
Sounds
You have to
like
kill me
Zen
first.
needs to play Terraria in order to, prove that
I've
he can
played
do it.
enough Terraria, and I've done like most of the hard mode anyway.
I've never touched Terraria.
Neither
Yeah, I
have
was
I.
gonna say, what is it?
I
It's-
feel like it's like,
yeah.
isn't it like 2D Minecraft in a way?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorta, yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're focused more on like adventure, like adventuring as opposed to building. But you could do
Mhm.
whatever you want, which is great.
Sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
this
Lot
is
of
one of
fun.
those ones that's like on the Steam sale, every Steam sale, and I never buy it.
Do I
Yeah, it's
actually own it?
multiplayer as
I
well.
don't know if I own
That's
it
it's
or
actually a
not.
lot of
Oh,
fun.
cool.
Yeah, I did recently do one stream of Terraria where I had to do it as a master mode character. No, not master mode. It was a hardcore character, that setting. And then I went ahead and added an additional challenge and did that in a master mode world. So that was
Oh.
probably technically the hardest that you could play it as, unless I actually did that in hard mode itself too. So
Wouldn't you
that was
name the
also a lot
character,
of fun.
Like anal shart or something.
What?
No, it was Itchy Butt because that's what
Oh,
chat
oh.
Itchy
said.
butt?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We lost 10 characters that day.
How'd you go from anal shard to like itchy
What
butt?
the
I mean, that probably would make your butt itchy, I guess.
That might
Sure.
be the episode title. I think itchy butt might be the
Itchy butt.
itchy butt
Itchy
might be
butt.
the episode title
Itchy
here.
butt.
Oh my gosh, it needs to be the name title Itchy Butt, but it has to be. You ever seen Friends?
Yeah.
A long time. I
But,
saw it when it like
um,
originally aired.
Yeah, but it has to be Joey and what is it like Ichiban lipstick for men, and that
Oh
has
my
to be,
god, yeah.
that has to be the thumbnail.
Nice. We'll
There you
work
go.
that out. Morgan, you might have
Yeah.
you might have hit the achievement on your like second episode here.
Yay.
Woo!
Wait, is this Morgan's first or second?
Second, I think.
We did. She
Technically
did
second.
she did the Mario trailer thing, but we don't count those as
Uh-huh.
podcasts. So,
Then first.
oh
Probably
wow!
first
So
of
this is
these.
your first, you got the title on the first shot. Wow!
One for one.
It took Everest 4 episodes. And all it took was we wear diapers.
Everest is going to hurt you so hard,
I
Eric,
did
when she
help with
listens to
Huh?
I know.
this.
What?
I suggest. But yeah,
I've done nothing. I've done nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just going by the facts here.
Yeah. Everest, if you listen to this, find him. Kill him.
Whoa, that escalated quickly. It's just a podcast, guys. Uh-oh. What's in there? Zenith's got some shit in his coffee.
Oh no.
Oh,
I got
no.
shit in my coffee. I'm not touching it.
Is it really shit?
Ew.
Like, what is
No,
in there?
I have no idea what it is. Must be something from the coffee cream. I'm not touching it.
Oh,
Lovely.
damn! You on that bargain $90
Yeah.
store coffee?
I'm
again?
sad because there's like another like 2 gulps still left.
Sounds like Eric needs to send some more coffee.
Yeah, that dollar store coffee. I'm going to send Zen some coffee. Don't worry, because he needs it. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and actually take a break here. We're at the hour and a half mark, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a quick break here. We'll be back shortly, and then we'll go into the rest of our games, and we'll talk about this Microsoft deal that went down. So, you're listening to Good Friends, Good Games, and we will see you shortly. Be right back. All right, we're back. Anyway, so we were talking about influencers and LA and why LA has such a me culture and why we're so extra
And
out
tickle,
here.
pickle,
if
pick-
you're listening
and
now,
pickle tickling.
pickle tickling. But I was kind of reiterating here, and I'll kind of repeat it here because it was an interesting point of conversation. So, like, LA gets a lot of shit.
Yes.
It's portrayed on social media as some, like, city that's just full of BS and everyone's full of themselves, et cetera, et cetera. While it's true to a degree, that's not what I like about the city. That's not why I'm in this city. One of the things that appealed to me, LA, first was the food. Some of the best food in the country is within this, 30-mile radius of where I live. So, like, I can get some of the best pizza. I can get some of the best sushi. I can get some of the best steak. I can get some of the best donuts in the country, just a short drive away. And then the other thing that appealed to me here is where I grew up. People kind of are born and raised in that general vicinity of that city. I was born in the town over, I moved over here to go to school at the state school here and yada, yada, yada. Whereas like in LA, one of the biggest appeals was like, you can meet someone from anywhere. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from Chicago. I'm from Tokyo. I'm from South Korea. And there's just a melting pot of people here. And then those people then develop communities within LA, like a place like Little Tokyo, which is just like it is. It's its own little miniature version of Tokyo, where you can get anime stuff, you can get great food, authentic food, and just a melting pot of awesome culture. We have a Little Italy, basically. We have a small Italian community here that has great food. There's a Jewish community where you can get great Jewish deli, and it's just this melting pot of all this amazing stuff is just in this city that I don't think social media really focuses on. If you really dig deep, you can find a lot of cool stuff here. Yes, we have a lot of homeless. Yes, it's smelly. Yes, it's dirty, but you'll be hard pressed to find a lot of what we have here anywhere else in the country. So that's why I stay here. I support it here. Like, we get a bad rap, but there's a lot of fun stuff to do here. The tourist stuff isn't it. So, to wind that conversation off, but yeah, we were having it, and I was just like, but yeah, I like it here. I don't want to leave here, but it's getting tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, if I could move anywhere, I like if there was anywhere in the States to be down there.
You would want Southern California, you think?
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel is after all the places that I've visited, I would say the people that I resonate with, or the people that where I don't feel like such an awkward stranger, is probably down there.
Right, because there's a melting pot of people that you'll blend in with here.
Yeah. And what's actually interesting is the Torontonian accent isn't too far from the Cali accent.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to hear this.
I mean, you guys seem to have like a more neutral accent.
Yeah. Do they use a lot of slang in Toronto? Because we use a lot of slang in California.
No, the only, I mean, sometimes there's a couple of words where we say it differently. If you're not from Toronto, you'll pronounce it Toronto. But when you're from Toronto, you'll be like Toronto or Toronto without even pronouncing the T.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, we do that a
Yeah.
lot. We like mesh the words.
I thought about like there's a lot of places on my list that I've thought about. San Francisco. I thought about San Francisco a lot, but San Francisco now is just in really, really bad shape. Like their crime rates are through the roof and stuff. Like to the point where it's not safe up there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, that's probably never gonna happen. I would never be able to afford it up there anyway. But like, that's not a thing anymore, really, in my mind. I thought about New York. I've never seen New York, but I just feel like New York would be an amazing place to be for a little bit. And then I thought about Nashville. I think about Nashville a lot because I'm a big music person. Those of you guys that know me, I'm actually a big, huge music fan, and I love going to like music clubs and seeing like all these up and coming bands and stuff like that. And there's just so much music culture in Nashville; it's amazing. But now Nashville's been social media to no end, so it's kind of like, well, damn, you know, there goes that gem in the pocket.
Well, yeehaw.
Geez, what would be like a good place that hasn't been kind of social media that would actually be realistically a good place to live? Like if you can name the 3 U.S. cities.
This is tough because everyone, now that social media is around, everyone's kind of like, you know, hyping up their cities. This is going to sound crazy to me. I think about it a lot too. It sounds crazy to myself, but you might even think I'm even crazier. But like Detroit has a really bad rep. Detroit's a pretty poor community to live in, right?
Yeah.
But I think Detroit is working really, really hard to bring themselves up and just make themselves like what's
That's
interesting.
actually something that I've heard.
Yeah, like
That
Gen
the
Z
city's better than it was.
If we're gonna give Gen Z any credit, is Gen Z really is working hard to prop up the places they live and make them enjoyable again, and bringing like you know community and culture into these cities that have been pretty much just run to the ground, where the previous generations just don't care about them anymore. Like Detroit, no one cared about Detroit anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and now Detroit, from what I've seen, Detroit is slowly propping itself back up and building culture over there and trying to attract people to come live there.
Yeah. I guess like one of the places that I've heard that is good to live is actually Atlanta.
I hear good things about Atlanta, and like Atlanta's kind of a mixed bag too. But Atlanta's on a come up too.
Yeah.
You know,
like it's busy. It's got like one of the busiest airports in the entire country. But I hear like good things, like not just so much about the city of Atlanta, but like outside of the city.
Yeah, that's the same I hear about like Nashville and stuff too. Like Nashville's just, you know, it's been social media to death now, but like the outskirt pockets of it, I have coworkers that live out there and they love it. So it's a vibe, you know. We should have a whole like conversation about that. Oh, like where do we want to travel to, or places you want to see? Like I've been trying to get to Dill's neck of the woods for years, like almost a decade now.
Yeah, I had fun being up in the UK. It's just so refreshing because it's like things are different, but in a fun way.
Yeah, London is literally in my top of places to travel to.
London's all right.
Yeah, I can see that because you live there. Like, you know.
Well, I've only been to London about 3 times. I'm actually going back to London in September for a little trip, so it's been my 4th time going.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're fairly far away from there, right? Like, you're like
I'm
away.
like a 2-hour plus train ride away, basically.
Yeah, you're in the outskirts of it. But, like, yeah, it seems like it'd be a cool place. Tokyo is on my list. I would love to see Tokyo.
Yeah,
and
Japan.
Paris. Yeah,
I
want
want to go
Tokyo.
to Italy. I want to go to Italy. I want to eat all the pizza, the gelato, the pasta. I want to see the sights. I want to go to the Colosseum. Everything.
Did TwitchCon France happen?
Yeah, it happened.
I thought you were going. Did you not go?
I decided not to. I didn't have anyone to go with. I just didn't feel comfortable going on my own.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, Dill, I would have gone.
It's all right.
I just went on Google and I took a look at well, I have 2 different articles open. Best places to live in the US in 2023 and 2024. and best places to live for quality of life in 2023, 2024.
Are they
How
two
would you
completely
like-
different cities?
How would you like to take a stab and try and see if guess like any cities within the top 5?
Ohio.
Jeez.
Ohio's
Let's play
a
this game. We're
state.
gonna play a little game. Okay.
Okay.
So we're taking
All
it.
right.
Does it have to be on both lists or?
If you get one of them on the list, I will try and quiz you. I was like, all right, is it on best places to live or best places for quality of life?
I want to
So,
say Colorado's in one of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna just read this. So, analyze to make the top list, a place had to have a good value, be a desirable place to live, have a strong job market, and a high quality of life. While the other one is measures how satisfied residents are with their daily lives by metro area, takes into account factors like crime, quality, availability of healthcare, quality of education, and average commute time.
I want to say Colorado's one of them.
Cities.
Oh, that would be.
Colorado's a
say-
state.
I would
Colorado
say
City.
Denver.
Denver.
Denver. Colorado Springs is number
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Okay.
Colorado Springs. That was close.
Okay.
I have heard of Colorado Springs before.
Okay. Morgan, do you have a guess?
I'm not sure because like the first one that popped into my head was Chicago, but I really don't feel like Chicago's on either list. I don't know.
I'm scrolling.
That was
Keep
my
going.
point.
Keep
That's why I
going.
said that.
Keep going. You'll find it eventually.
Hold on. I think it
Page
maybe
2, page 3.
I went all the way down to 150. It is not here.
Yeah, I figured it would be. I
Um,
was like, I don't know what city to say.
all right, take a stab, pal.
Mm.
Take a stab.
I don't know.
I have another one in my
Um,
head, but I want to see if any of the others.
Okay.
Dill might not be able to
A
do
lot
this.
of my friends talk about
I mean, you can try.
San Diego,
San Diego.
just like within California,
I feel like San Diego's the best of the California cities.
like this side.
Actually,
yeah. A lot of people have been.
it is number 93 on the
God.
150 best places to live,
Jeez.
which is weird because I actually thought San Diego was fucking cool.
Well, it's value. The
Yeah,
value
everyone
thing,
does.
kind of, because San Diego's super
True.
expensive.
Yeah.
But there is another. Hold on. Let me just go all the
This
way
is
over here.
fun. I actually like this. This is a fun game.
Me too.
However, there is another
California, city.
California city that's not quite in the top 10, but almost there.
Okay.
Would you like to take a stab at which one?
Long Beach.
No.
I'm just going to name anything.
I'm not
San
too-
Jose.
I was
Correct.
like San Jose.
San Jose.
Yes!
Hey.
Damn, Dill
The
got
Brit
one.
is correct.
Okay.
Ew,
I'm gonna
number
fight-
Only other one that I
13.
can think of because of TwitchCon.
Okay, I'm gonna think. San Jose is a beautiful place. I will give them that. San Jose is beautiful.
Yeah, San Jose is actually San Jose is number 13 on the
Yeah.
list.
That's
Okay.
crazy. Okay,
Damn, it's
that's
close.
That's it's beautiful up there. Okay, I'm gonna take a stab for Arizona here, and I want to say Scottsdale
Scottsdale.
because Phoenix is too fucking hot.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Scottsdale is on neither list.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Is Phoenix on the list then?
Phoenix. Ooh. No. I mean, am I spelling Phoenix correctly?
Pheonix.
Hold on.
Unless Arizona's not on there, I would think.
Oh!
Mm. Oh, we found
Phoenix is at 110.
Okay.
Damn.
Whoa.
When you think about it, though, out of 150, 100, it's in
Uh.
110 out of the top, 150 cities. That's not bad. 150 cities is a lot of cities.
Okay.
And then, as much as I hate to say it,
But what do you think is number 1?
Oh no.
can you give me some region here? Is it East Coast, Midwest, or West Coast for number
Central.
I'll take a stab at it.
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna give you a nice juicy hint.
Don't make it an obvious hint, though.
It's a place that has a well-renowned football team.
New England. Really? New England? So that would be
Nope.
like
New
Yeah.
England.
okay,
Think-
East Coast,
I mean-
West, East, West, or Central.
Okay, but sorry, instead of well-renowned, because I mean the
That's
Patriots
debatable,
are
too.
just dominate. But what do you think? They're even though they may not be the most successful, but they're very popular. We're probably not.
Oh, are we talking Las Vegas?
No.
Okay, because that would be where the Raiders are now.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Las Vegas.
Okay. What the hell?
Very popular football team.
Can't be
This is
Pittsburgh.
where you're gonna lose me.
Dallas?
It's not Pittsburgh.
I am not very well versed in football. Oh, no.
New team.
No. Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Is
So the
number
Green
one?
Bay Packers.
What the
Yes.
fuck?
What?
I would have
Whoa.
never fucking guessed Wisconsin.
Is Wisconsin nice?
It's very
Apparently.
cornfield.
I-
Apparently.
I actually
It's the
have
top
that
of the
team in mind.
top of the line here.
Okay, is it in the top of the
So-
list of best
Interesting.
places to live
So
or
does that
best
mean
value?
that Morgan?
Best places to live.
What?
But
Morgan?
Wow.
Don't you live
do you
in
want to
Wisconsin?
guess what's the best place to live for quality of life in the U.S.?
New York.
No.
So Las Vegas was on neither
Start going
list.
through the 50 states.
So what's actually interesting is
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona.
Washington,
you
D.C.
guys kind of mentioned this about a few minutes ago.
Long Beach.
Ohio.
No,
Quality of life.
Miami.
I know it's like the only one U.S. city you've been to, but it's not up here.
Is it? It's not San Jose.
No. Yeah, it is not a state in California.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh.
a city in California.
I was like,
Okay. This is like okay. The tension's killing me. I want to.
Uh-huh.
I hope it's not fucking Florida.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
that's good
God.
then.
Yeah, don't worry. It's not from.
As much as I love our dear friends that live in Florida,
Florida,
Florida.
itself.
Yeah,
Mm.
don't you worry. It's not from there.
but
But
is it Nashville?
no,
I'm so lost then.
it is Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh,
Really?
Just outside of Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's up and coming. It is rural and urban. It's outdoorsy. A lot of high tech counterculture. So a lot of history and a lot of charm to it, and relatively median monthly rent. I'm talking about like is $1,218 a month, and
Damn, son.
average annual salary is $61,000. Unemployment rate is 7%.
That's insane. Those are
That's
I
good.
like those macros. Let's get it.
Well, time to go to Ann Arbor. Let's go.
We're gonna relocate Good People Media to Ann Arbor,
Uh,
Michigan, and I'll see you guys all there next year.
Yeah, good friends, good Michigan.
Yeah, I'll have officers all ready for each of you,
Great.
except
Detroit become
Zenith and
podcasts?
Morgan. They have to share an office.
As long as I don't have to clean his toilet.
No, you got.
Oh my god, that's step one. That's step one.
that's in the contract.
That's in the contract. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Is there? I need to see. Is there Oklahoma on here?
I was wondering
Probably.
that if there's any
Somewhere
cities.
there.
I wouldn't think so. I'd be
Nope.
surprised.
The only
No.
mention of okay is the word joke, which is Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus
It's
pretty
Christ.
terrible there.
Wow.
That's interesting then.
Damn,
I mean,
that
she's
was
not
brutal.
butthurt. She knows it's terrible there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hate
Okay,
it.
that was fun. Ann Arbor, Michigan, you're on top. Get it. Show the rest of us how to
Congrats.
do it. Okay. So Pao and I have been doing a little It Takes Two. We bought Pal bought this on the Steam sale, and then I guess only one person actually needs to buy the game, and then the other
It's
person
similar
gets.
to the other game they made, which was like what's the other game called? I'm trying to remember the other games.
I don't remember.
Oh.
But It Takes Two. You can only one person needs to buy the game. The other person downloads what's called a friend pass. You download the friend pass, and then the person that owns the game can invite you, and then it'll check and see if you have the friends pass, and then it will let you play the full game with them co-op without needing to buy your own separate copy. So Pal picked it up during the Steam sale, and I gave this game some shit last year or not last year, but the year before when it got Game of the Year. And I sat there and I was like, really? Slow year.
Wow. Toxic.
I take some of it back.
I
I
like
think
that it
so.
has
There you
the main developer of the game is that eccentric dude that just gives out the middle fingers
Yeah.
during
Oh, yeah.
every single presentation.
And
The
you know
cool-
what?
He does not
Rightfully
give
so.
a shit.
Rightfully so. I think, okay, I take some of the stuff I said back. This is actually a very, very good game. Is it Game of the Year? No, it's not in that category. But this is a damn good. I can at least see why it was nominated. It's actually a very, very good game. Pal, share a little bit of It Takes Two from your perspective here.
Well, it had a really dark beginning when it hauls you in. Like, the story is about a little girl and her parents are getting a divorce, and she overhears them fighting. And then she has like these two little dolls, and the parents like
They like traverse into the
I wanna say
bodies.
reincarnate.
Yeah,
traverse into the bodies. And then you have to work together as the mom and the dad as dolls to like go find the daughter so she can like reverse them back into their bodies. But it's been really fun. It's like a lot of puzzles, would you say, or like obstacle courses as well?
I would say I would consider it an action. It's like a co-op action platformer. So you go in co-op and you navigate this linear map, and then along the way you have these puzzles that you have to figure out to keep progressing through the map and complete the level. What's interesting about what they do is that they'll give you tools, but each person has a separate tool, but you need both tools to get through the level.
Yeah. You need to work together
So, like,
to get through anything.
one of the things we had here was, and this was a lot of fun, a little frustrating, but a lot of fun, is Pow had a hammer tool, like a literal
Ooh.
hammer, but I had nails.
Okay.
So what I would have to do is I would have to go throw nails into, like, designated areas
Wooden boards.
and boards and stuff like that, and then Pow could use the hammer to hook on and swing on the nails and get across, and then like activate the switches and stuff, so you, the person with the nails, can progress through the level.
Well, did you do it?
Yeah,
Did you manage to complete that puzzle?
Did you make it?
yeah.
Good.
Oh, like some
You
of
nailed
them,
it.
but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Legend of Zenith.
But
Zenith.
But very well done.
Hey, you haven't gotten bored of me
That was
yet.
good.
No, far from it.
Sorry, that's my second pun.
Far
I'll
from
stop.
it. Your contract's in perpetuity.
Ooh,
I
ooh.
basically own you for life. But I spent some time with this, and me and Pal have been playing an hour here, an hour there, and just going through like a level at a time. It's a really damn good game.
But it's nice too because it's like the way to get through the obstacles or the puzzle, whatever. It's like not in your face all the time. Like you have to look and scan around, and based on the tools that you've like accumulated, you're like, oh, this would work best, or I have to take and like just kind of figure it out and like deconstruct it a little bit. Because sometimes like they have like electrical currents that you can slide on,
Mhm.
but it may not be the one you need, and you guys have to like kind of figure out which ones
It's
work.
I would say $30 with like $30-$40 what they were charging for it was a little steep. It's I think it's a perfect fit at $15. It is a lot of fun. It's about a 10-hour to 12-hour game, but it is a lot of fun, and I take back a lot of the negativity I gave towards it. I stood corrected. It is a well done game. Graphically, it looks great. It plays smooth. The storytelling is actually really well done in the game. It takes a very sensitive subject that I think a lot of children go through, with their parents fighting and separating and things of that sort, and it turns it into something that's relatable between two characters. and then adults can grab around it too, and realize like, oh shit, like this is serious stuff. Like these parents are fighting, they have a child involved, and it becomes a relatable story to an extent to some people. And well done. This guy that flips off everyone, rightfully so. Like he really made a great game, and I think we all kind of underestimated it to some extent.
Yeah.
It's a really,
I think because it looked cartoony, was just dismissed like,
yeah.
It's
not like it's different from the other co-ops of like Overcooked is just chaotic. Overcooked just makes things more and more chaotic, and then as the co-op goes along, it gets more and more chaotic, and you kind of like start getting mad and arguing with each other and stuff like that. Whereas this is more like thought-provoking thinking, how you're going to navigate the map together. And
which is cool though, because like you see the characters progress in that way too, where it's like they're arguing and then they realize they have to come together to like get through this, but then something happens, they trigger each other, and they start arguing. And they're back to like, they take a step back, and then it's like then taking a step forward of being like, okay, like we can't be doing this. So it's nice because it's not just all like uphill. It's very like roller coaster.
Right. And I think it's just really well done in the storytelling, because it's all underlying. It's like the whole object is they're trying to get to their daughter because they need their daughter. And then they realize in order to get to their daughter and rely on their daughter, they need to work together.
Yeah.
Whether or not their marriage remains successful or not, they still need to be able to work together as a team. And I just thought it's very like deep storytelling in a game that I don't think many games have touched on in this like level of simplicity. It's very underlying.
That's good when it has like a very a message that is well received, that can resonate with you, but without it being like misinterpreted.
Right. It was great. I totally stood corrected. It Takes Two. You can get it on Steam, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, your console of choice. You can get it. It's a great game. I would jump in and check it out. It was a lot of fun. I think it might even be on Game Pass. So if you're in that boat,
probably, yeah.
If you're on that boat, you might be able to get it on Game Pass. So yeah, It Takes Two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pao has become one of us.
Yes.
Tell us what you dove into, Pao.
I dove into Breath of the Wild. So I had started it, I think, took a stab at it maybe like a year and a half ago, but I didn't like really like give it my all. I didn't really pay attention to it, so I like left it and put it down. I didn't make it past the first 5 shrines. So this time around, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna really like focus in, and then it's been great. It's totally different from what was the other
Link's
one?
Awakening.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening. It's like not even close, but it's cooler. I like the fact that you could go off and explore, like gathering all your stuff. Once I got past the 5 shrines and I got the paraglider, I was like, okay, whatever. But then as soon as you get past that little hill with the paraglider, like it opens up more. Like the game, I felt like rewarded you more because immediately you come across more weapons. I think even like, other people too. And they start kind of feeding you bits of the story. And I was like, oh shit. And then like I learned that the voice that you hear was actually Zelda. So I was like, oh shit. The old man was the freaking king, and I was like, oh shit. So it was just like really cool. And then I found I don't know, it's been great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm stoked that you can ride the horses and you can keep them, so that's been really fun too. But yeah, it's just, I feel like it's also a lot in the sense of like there's just a lot to explore, and I feel like it's a lot, but I've been enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's the great thing about Breath of the Wild is you've never played a Zelda game, it kind of like just gently eases you into the experience, and you get to go at it at like a nice small pace, get to know like the not only like the kingdom of Hyrule but the people of Hyrule. You get to learn more about Zelda, and it takes you on a nice, gentle journey. And when you do get a chance to play Tears of the Kingdom afterwards, it's kind of like takes what you've learned of Tears of the Kingdom and is like, here, we're going to change it, but also here's a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and that's what you will. So like for you, I know you're gonna have a great time with Breath of the Wild, and you're gonna have an even better time when you get to dig into Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm excited to hear what you think about that.
And the I think the interesting about Breath of the Wild too, and I think anyone that really plays this and enjoys the game, they all reach this point in the game where they find out they can't stop.
Yep.
Like every Breath of the Wild playthrough out there by someone has a point where they get to a certain point and then they find out they can't stop, and then they're just balls rolling. You keep going.
It's because it feeds you, like I said, it feeds you like new things. You come across something new and you're like, oh, okay, so like that, like it if you explore it enough, it gives you like, it's a good pacing at it.
Yeah.
Like just by you exploring at your own pace, you find new stuff and you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. Whereas like other games, it's like it's the same thing. There's nothing new. So there's like, even though you haven't finished the story, there's like no motivation, nothing to add more excitement to it. Because like, once I found my horse, I was like, yo, we're out here. And then you get to explore further out and all that stuff.
So let's get to some of the things that might not be enjoyable. So like, how are you feeling about the weapons breaking? Like, how do you feel about the weapon system and the weapons breaking?
The thing that was really getting me irritated, so like I think after you get your paraglider, you go over the king tells you have to go find so and so.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like, let me go find so and so. But you have to cross this big field with all like these robots with like lasers on their
The
head.
Guardians.
And previously you had to come across them, and it was able to deflect the laser with the shield, and it was fine, didn't break. But for some reason this time around, it didn't work. So I was like deflecting the laser, and it was hitting him, but it wasn't killing him. And then like I went through all my shields, and I was like, the fuck, like,
Mm-hmm.
what am I supposed to do? So I was like, I can't progress. I didn't want to cross further and like keep dying. So I was like, okay, maybe let me just go explore on the side. So like now I'm like going off to the side, raiding like little village areas, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like people saying like, oh, well, dropping hints, and then like you acquire more sustainable weapons, more powerful weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay, like it's telling me to like, yes, get to this endpoint, but you got to do all this other stuff on the side before you're ready for here.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yep, it is. Yeah, it's a fully, the best way to play the game is to explore, and see what you basically can find and what helps you out with the game.
So one of the things,
Once I kind of,
one of the things
Go
you'll
ahead.
learn is like almost all the weapons break at the same point. You get the same use out of all the weapons to the same amount of time, right? But the trick is, the whole point is, the stronger the weapon you have, the more damage you will do, which then levels off how long the weapon will last. So if you're doing more damage per hit, your weapons theoretically go longer because you're doing more damage. Whereas if you have a weapon that's like a 2, like this, like a rusty sword or something like that, it's a 2, you're going to get maybe 5, 6, 7 swipes out of that thing before it breaks. Whereas if you get like a traveler sword or something like that, that's in the 10 to 15 range, you're going to get maybe 4 to 5 hits before it breaks. So the stronger the weapon does more damage, but the longer the weapon will last.
Yeah. So basically I'm like in that middle part where it's like I'm trying to upgrade everything that I have, and there's like options of like either finding it through exploration or like buying it off of like a merchant. But I'm like, okay, well, I have, X amount of rupees. So it's like also like finding rupees, but also like scavenging and finding for stuff. So I'm enjoying it. Like it's not.
How do you feel?
It's very different than what I thought it was.
How do you feel about Zelda? Because I know you were a big fan of female heroines, and like obviously Link's Awakening doesn't have Zelda. Your Marin is the one that finds you and rescues you.
I mean,
but Zelda,
I don't really.
Go ahead.
From what it left off, it was like everyone like died or something happened, right? To everyone, they disappear, and then she goes on to like save Hyrule, right? Like, but then I'm also like trying to help her out. Is that
so?
What it is?
This is one of the
Or am I
first
confusing
times.
it?
This is one of the first times. Like Zelda's always kind of been the damsel in distress. She gets kidnapped by Ganon.
Right.
You got to go save Zelda. This is one of the few times in the thing. It might be the first time where she's actually not only she's royalty, but she's actually in a position of power. She leads the army. She leads the Hyrule army, and she relies on you to, see that the army is fit. She relies on you as the protector of Hyrule. You're not out to save Zelda this time around. You weren't out to save Zelda this time around. You are the protector of Hyrule. She's entrusting you to protect Hyrule. You are her right hand. And then the interesting thing about this is like, this story is you're not going to save Hyrule because Hyrule's in trouble. No, you are going to save Hyrule because you failed. And you're redeeming yourself. That has not happened in a Zelda game. To my recollection, I've never played every single one. Someone here can correct me, but to my recollection, that has never happened in a Zelda. You failed, and now Hyrule's in trouble, and it's up to you to go fix the mess.
Yep.
I see.
Which is a huge thing in like Zelda lore. Because it's always been like, oh, I'm Link. I'm going to go save the princess. She got kidnapped again. God damn this woman. Got to go save her again. No, it's not that time around. It's not that time around. Like, she entrusted you and you failed. And now you have to go redeem yourself. From that perspective,
then.
Yeah, basically that.
Like you said, coming from. Yeah, go ahead.
And basically, that Link is what happens when Morgan's controlling that Link.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Why was that the damn?
Oh my god.
Keep sipping.
He keeps playing like that.
Sipping that confidence juice.
Yeah. So like
just adding the tea bags.
Yeah, so Zelda is literally in a position of not only she's not just royalty, she's in a position of power where she leads the army.
Yeah, because I did think that was cool, but I don't know if I like gained enough of the story to like, maybe I just didn't really interpret it that way. But like that explanation makes it that much more cooler. So I'm curious to see like when I do finish it, like what the full story is.
Because you have to go around.
Like you said, I like the female.
Yeah, you have to go find the memories. You find the memory pieces on the map, and it tells that story. And
right. So like you said, like just loving like the female heroine side, like that's already cool. So like I'm curious to see like how it all ties together, because that's what I pursue the most. Is like those type of games where it's like the female lead, the girl's in charge, like not the damsel in distress. It's like I'm gonna take action. I can stand for myself. So
right.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
And then like once you get into like all the the divine beast and all that kind of stuff, and you realize like the divine beasts were the protectors and all this kind of stuff, like it sounds like spoilers, but there's so much underlying lore in the story that you're going to get to that point where you start hunting down the divine beast and all of this stuff.
Like that's what's interesting, like the story aspect to it, because like you said in Link's Awakening, it was like a little bit of a story, but like I don't feel like not as big as this one. Obviously, I feel like this one is just like so deep, and there's just much more to discover, and like the way it all ties and connects. Like I said, just like the old man being the ghost, I was like, okay, like this old man over here just whatever, but then like you find out more about the story, and I was like, whoa, like they made it that much
that's
more
why I told you to keep going
so
first time. I was like, keep going, and then you were
okay,
like,
but to be fair, like the first time it was like more so I think not to please you, but I think it was just more to like no like be
okay
like be relate, like have something to relate to you more. Like I know you liked it, so I was like, oh, I'll check it out, but I don't think I took it as seriously. But after having played the Link's Awakening, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. I like it. And then it was like, I didn't go into the game the first time, like, because I genuinely enjoyed it. I was trying to, like, force myself to like it, I guess. And that's why I don't think I kept up with it all that much.
Where now you're finding out why it's...
Yeah, like, this time it's more, like, because I like the first one. I'm curious to see what this game's about. But at the same time, it's like, I know you like it, and I want to understand the appreciation that all of you have for it. So it's like, I want to, it's from a more positive space, if that makes sense.
Okay.
This game's a huge undertaking compared to Link's Awakening. Remember, Link's Awakening was a Game Boy game. This game is a whole huge undertaking. So
yes, it's a lot.
Yeah, Link's Awakening was also a game that was developed back in about, like, I think 93, 94.
Before we even had all the lore.
And even then, for a game that was on the Game Boy, it has a very intricate, well, not too intricate, but like simple, but compelling story for something that's super freaking old, because obviously games, well, a lot of modern games, there's more emphasis to have a story, or, well, in some cases maybe they don't care about the story at all. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but
I
so
thought you were
after
gonna rattle off a game.
no, I was
waiting
thinking
for the
of one,
shit
but
talk.
I couldn't think of one. So if you finish Breath of the Wild, and if you really like it, do you think you'd try some of the older Zelda games?
I think so. I want to see like how different each one is, because like I said, now I feel like I'm a little bit more in it, and it's not like, I don't feel like it's like necessarily forced. Not that it was forced in the beginning, but I'm not forcing myself to do it to be able to relate to my boyfriend. You know, it's like, okay, he likes it, but now I played it, I kind of enjoyed it, and like it's something cool that we can talk about and kind of go over as I'm discovering like new stuff in the game. Like I'm excited and I get to share it with him, and he's like, yeah, keep going, you know. So I'm excited to see like the different games and like what each one like kind of contributes to like the story of Zelda and Link overall.
Yeah, it's that game's a huge undertaking. It's truly special.
I mean, it's popular for a reason, so I
Yeah.
was like, you know, let's see
It's
why
literally
people
in the list.
so many people like
it's
it.
literally in the list of best games of all time now. Like, and it's only 7 years old. So
It's only 7 years
only
old.
7 years old.
Mhm.
2015.
Damn, it's a baby.
So on that note, we're gonna roll into this together here before we talk about Microsoft for a little bit. All right, so Dill, we'll put you last here, but Morgan and I are working on Tears of the Kingdom. But first, I am going ahead and just do a little cleanup here. I did a little backlog work, and I finished Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yay!
I closed that one
Hey.
out. It's hard, guys. I think that one's sitting in my Game of the Year list.
It is. It's on mine too. Not gonna lie.
Fuck, dude, that was just like that was just a thing.
It was. It was very well done. It was a very well done remake.
The first Resident Evil 4 was fantastic, and this one just took everything good about that one, made it better, revamped it, fixed some of the
Issues.
and it's just a damn good game.
Yep, it is. It's a really well done remake, and I really do hope they add the DLC content as well from like the original game.
Oh yeah,
into
they
it as
remake
well.
like the original content. So
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 is in the books. I've started to log all my playthroughs on howlongtobeat.com.
Oh,
Just so
have
I
you?
have like a track record of how long it takes me to beat all these games, how many hours I spend on these games. But
Cool.
my Resident Evil
How long did it take you?
36 hours, I think.
Ooh.
Because I got stuck on the stupid floating asshole.
Gonna say because on Steam mine's 19.5 hours.
Well, you fucking cheated.
Sure.
There you go. No,
Sure.
36 hours. I got stuck a couple of spots. I got stuck with ammo where I had no ammo, and then I got stuck on a boss that just took me almost 3 hours to beat alone.
Which boss?
Oh, fucking the homeboy that flies around and he shoots the spit mobs at you. The little Napoleon-looking bastard.
What's it, Salazar?
3 hours like
Salazar?
consecutively, or like you came back to that?
I think it was over the course of like no, it might have been longer than. It was over the course of maybe a week, and I played maybe 2 or 3 hours each time. Might have been 5 or 6 hours it took me to get through that guy.
If I remember
Damn, dude.
rightly, that boss took me about, I think, maybe half an hour to an hour, and it was like multiple attempts.
Yeah, see, it took me days. I was like, this is fucking miserable. That's the worst gaming experience I've ever had in my life, considering this is one of the best games I've played. That was one of the
They
worst
really
gaming
did
experiences of my life.
That was sounding like a weird thing, though, because I thought the original Resident Evil 4, that boss fight was really easy because it was basically like just stationary. But I appreciated that in the remake, they made it harder for you to fight him by making him move around so much.
Right. If you don't have a rocket launcher for that boss is a bad time.
Or 2 golden eggs.
Yeah, the golden egg. If you don't have the eggs or the rocket launcher, that boss is just a bad time.
Yeah.
That took me, it was ungodly, unbearable. And I
Yeah.
was just like, fuck, this sucks. And then finally, out of good graces, I just had a good run and I finished it. And then I kept moving on after that. But yeah,
Props to you for going back.
Yeah.
great remake. Fucking fantastic remake, great game. Oh no, Dill's falling asleep. Are you falling asleep, Dill?
No, it's just getting late for me, that's all.
Yeah, it's getting late for you. Okay. We're running a little long today, it looks like. Okay.
Eek.
But we've got Tears of the Kingdom. So now that I finished Resident Evil 4 Remake, and then Morgan can chime in on this here too, and then Dill at the closing here. I jumped back on Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like a full bore on this thing. The reason I'm draggy today is because I was up till 3 a.m. last night powering through this.
Jesus.
Powering through this. And I didn't do much of anything. I was just wandering around, unlocking towers, exploring the depths a bit. I did get a quality of life improvement in the depths, which is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Got the quality of life improvement in the depths. I won't spoil it. That's making life a lot easier. And then I got fired up after I got that. I fought some dude from the Yiga clan again. The Yiga clan are back.
Oh yes,
The Yiga clan are back. That was a lot of fun. And then I started making my way up to the top. I did a lot of farming. I started farming supplies and stuff so I could sell food and things like that. So I could go buy the snow quill.
Yeah.
I needed rupees for the snow quill, and I blew all my money on the snow quill, and then I went back up into the spoiler alert. Turn yourself down if you would not want to hear any of this, etc., etc. 3, 2, and 1. I went back up to the Wind Temple. Now that I had the snow quill, I went back up to the Wind Temple because I thought in the first run up there, I made it up there. I went up that whole climb. I got to the Wind Temple, but it got freezing cold. And then it's like, oh, we have to unlock these locks. I thought the unlocking of the locks was a lot simpler, and I just kept downing elixirs to keep me warm.
Oh yeah,
I
did the same thing, but I didn't actually try and explore it.
Yeah, I didn't realize unlocking the locks was the temple.
Yeah,
that's where I misunderstood it. I thought that the locks were a part of I thought the locks were to get into the temple, but the locks were the temple. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this with just elixirs. I need to go get the quill. So I went and I got the snow quill. I made it back up there, and I got to the boss, and I have not finished the boss yet because it was getting late. But
that boss was probably the easiest boss out of all of them.
Yeah, I would imagine it is because it's fairly early in the game.
Yeah.
So like I was going and just the storytelling and the way they tell the story when you go through this temple and you unlock the temple to unleash the bosses. They just know how to do cinematics.
They do, yeah.
It's like fucking glorious cinematics and unlocking this thing, and you're just like, wow, like you're really getting like the mystery and the magic and everything that's special about these games in these cinematics.
It is definitely one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah,
I agreed.
Yeah, just the way, and then each of those little memories, this time around they are the tiers. Like you unlock the tiers and it gives you parts of the story and everything, and it's just the way they sell the story is fucking fantastic. My opinions are changing now, and yes, it's back into contention for like being one of the best Zeldas. It's getting there.
There you go.
It's just how to get into it.
It's getting there. Because I was just like, I was already kind of turned off where it's like, oh, you need to go do these 4 spots, and then you need to go find these 12 things, and you do this, that, this, and this. And I was like, I've been through this before. This is kind of cheap. And then once you dig deeper and you start exploring the shit out of it, and you go into the depths and you learn about the depths, and then you learn about the caves and what's in the caves, and then you start unlocking these temples, it's all turning around now. It's starting to feel like a Zelda. And I don't even like the building mechanism is fantastic and it's great, but I don't think that's what makes this game. I just think it's the sheer level of exploration that you have in this game and everything you can see and do. It's literally Breath of the Wild amplified.
Yeah. If the sea was the exploration, then the building would be the ship that you use to explore the sea.
Yeah.
So your experience is measured by what you do, how you craft it by your own hands, and then you explore the vast sea at whatever pace you want to do. You could just not really bother much with building, or you could just build a flying machine with lasers and
Not
for
just a
funsies.
flying machine,
Or
a
giant
Gundam
penis
or
flying
giant penis
machine,
exploding machine, giant
my
flamethrower
God.
penis. I don't know. You can crucify Koroks.
I mean, I did
make
make a
rotisserie
rotisserie.
Koroks like Zen
Yep.
did. Rotisserie
Or
Koroks.
rotisserie Korok.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot of fun.
it's
You
great.
can literally make an entire space program with like Koroks as well. That's fun.
It's turning into a true Zelda. It's fantastic.
But it's
and
turned into something, that's for sure.
my opinions are definitely turning the tide now, and I'm really starting to get into it. I'll probably see this one through for a while. Morgan, how are you feeling about it?
The funny thing is that I haven't actually played a whole lot of Tears of the Kingdom just yet. I have like maybe 25 something hours into it, and like the furthest that I've actually gone was to look for the way to the wind temple, but I actually haven't gone there yet.
Spoilers, jeez.
Spoiler warning!
Damn.
But the majority of what I actually have done up to this point so far was a lot of exploration, unlocking the towers, and Koroks. Dill was just
Oh, you're on
mentioning
that
that I love the
Korok game.
Koroks. Yep. it's fun
How many
seeing the
Koroks
inventions
have you
you make.
crucified so far?
I
Say,
don't
how many
remember.
are there?
Are you just burning them
I
like
don't-
Zenith did?
Toasted Koroks for tea.
Yeah, and then there was one that I attached to 2 rockets. I was trying to get it up towards like its friends, so
Yeah.
I accidentally attached one rocket the wrong direction. One went
Oh.
up and one went forward. So it went up and forward, and then it just fell and it tumbled all the way down the hill.
Nice.
So murder.
So, yeah, exactly.
Murder.
So there was also
Yeah.
something, because I was watching Morgan play Tears of the Kingdom, and this is something that I so glad I had the luxury of doing. So, if you're up in the sky, there's it was like a treasure chest, and in order for you to get the treasure chest, you have to find a way to cut the rope that it's hanging from.
Oh,
But usually, like, you want to make sure that it lands on something so that you can be able to open it safely. Well, Morgan cut it and it fell all the way down, and so she decided to chase it. So she
no.
did a nosedive,
God.
completely forgot that gravity existed,
Oh,
and
God.
smacked right on the ground, killing herself.
Nice.
You gotta
All
remember
for some
some
And I'm
treasure.
High
just
paraglider.
sitting here like, have you ever played games with gravity? What the fuck's wrong with you?
That's great. How are you feeling about it? Because it sounds like you're very early stages of it then, Morgan.
hmm
How are you
Well, like,
feeling about it?
I've seen all of Zen's playthrough whenever he was doing it on stream. So like what I did see I actually really enjoyed of the game. It's just that for my own playthrough I haven't gotten too far, but what I have played, I've actually had a lot of fun with it so far. I think probably the funnest things that I've actually done so far was like inventions, like what all you can do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be a lot of people's like jam with this game is like the stuff you can just build, and it's interesting. Like Majora's Mask, you become a time traveler, or not a time traveler, you slow time. Ocarina, you become a time traveler, and then all the way up until Breath of the Wild, you become an explorer, and now in Tears of the Kingdom, you're an engineer,
Yep.
and like you're just
Literally.
engineering these things to.
Fusing things, building things, burning things.
That's
burning
all I have
all.
on my feed is people building these crazy things. That's all I have on my TikTok.
It's just it's great. I can't even really describe it. Like it's Zelda. It's Zelda. It's what a Zelda is. I just didn't see it at first, and now I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
You're a believer.
So did you guys like this more than Breath of the Wild, or is it
Yes.
just like two different
Yeah.
completely
No,
games?
Yeah.
it's takes Breath of the Wild and amps it up basically.
I To kind of put it this way, after Tears of the Kingdom has come out, I pretty much have no reason to return back to playing Breath of the Wild anymore.
Same.
That seems to be the consensus
Yeah,
for a
that
lot
much
of
better.
people.
It's crazy.
There seems to be. I don't know if it's necessarily better, but it's one of those things where it does now granted, as far as I've come at this point, I still think like Breath of the Wild was just a far more like amazing experience because it was such a huge shift from what we had before. And it's basically, and it did this amazing thing where it just changed Zelda but rebooted it at the same time. Because if you really think deep down about it, Breath of the Wild was basically everything the original Legend of Zelda was. It's just modernized. The original Legend of Zelda is the same thing. You're stuck in the middle of the thing and you need to figure out where to go.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild feels more like the introduction to like that version of Hyrule, where Tears of the Kingdom is the fleshed out version where it's like, okay, so it's here's everything, but everything that Breath of the Wild may have missed, or everything that we didn't get to do with Breath of the Wild.
Which
so that's why they have caves, and that's why they have like things in the sky and
and Breath of the Wild is, Tears of the Kingdom. Basically, the reason like Zenith would say like you don't need to go back to Breath of the Wild is because Tears of the Kingdom does everything Breath of the Wild does and just amplifies it, and in some cases does it better.
Yeah, it does.
But I think from the experience point, if you've never touched a Zelda before, with the exception like of Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to be incredibly fulfilled. It's that good of a game.
Yeah.
It's a good game in general, taking Breath of the Wild out of the picture. But at the time where what happened with the Wii U and, how Zelda was just lingering in the, just hanging there and we hadn't done anything with it with the exception of A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS or whatever. Breath of the Wild was just this huge undertaking that was a fresh breath of air, and it just took a franchise that's already special and just made it more special. And now you're taking this game now and it's doing everything that game's done and made it better. That's basically where you're at with this game. So I would finish Breath of the Wild. And then you will realize like what Tears of the Kingdom does, and you'll be like, because you're gonna go as you go through Breath of the Wild, you're gonna find things like, oh, I wish they did this, I wish they did that, or I wish this was done a little bit.
Right. I mean, I already saw it with like with the magnet stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can't turn it a certain way, and it's just like, bro, you have to drop it, pick it up from a different angle, and then like try to like kind of angle it right. And when I saw you playing it the first time, I think I hadn't even gotten to that temple or shrine with the magnets.
Yeah.
In Breath of the Wild, and I saw you do yours, and then you were able to manipulate it.
Yeah.
So when I finally got to it in Breath of the Wild, I was like, oh, okay, cool, but I wasn't able to turn it, and I was like, what the fuck? So like, I can see
it's one of those things where you go back and you're like, shit, I can't turn this thing. But there's stuff in Breath of the Wild I missed that I don't have here. I wish I had the bomb power. What do they call them?
Oh, dude, that's my favorite.
What's the technical term for them? Like the bomb and the magnet and all. What were they called again? Oh, it's skipping me. Now it's like what do they call them now?
Normal bombs?
No. What's the technical term for the powers that they have?
Ability.
Oh, do you mean like Rivala's Gale?
Like,
what's up?
Oh, like the magnesis.
Yeah, like, but what was the name? What are the names of those powers? They have a name for
runes. Were they runes? I forget.
Runes. I think it was the runes. Yes.
Yeah.
Runes.
Runes.
The runes.
Honestly,
I don't know. I forget what they call them now. But
I don't miss the runes because anytime I felt
Nintendo Switch.
Like in when he is in Breath of the Wild, if you want to cross a river, yes, you have to create like a platforms, and it would just take you a really long while, and it'd be kind of difficult. And then in Tears of the Kingdom, is like, well, fuck this shit. I'm building a raft, or just gonna rocket boost my way up and then fly over.
That's the thing too. I missed the bomb because the bomb rune would be helpful in Tears of the Kingdom early on when you're taking out some of those tougher enemies. Because you don't have the bomb rune.
No arrows, bro.
Because you don't have the bomb rune, the entry point to this game is a little more difficult than the last game. The bomb helped.
I mean, combat is a bit more difficult at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once you start farming some bomb flowers, things start to really come along. Like I've done things where I've fused the bomb to my shield, and the enemy goes and smacks me, and it blows them up in the face, and it's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or do the flower bombs come from that one lady tending her garden?
Yes.
We got mad if you step on it.
No, this
it does.
You can do what I do, where if you fuse a bomb to your shield, and if you do like what's like a shield surf, if you as soon as you land on the ground with the bomb fused to your shield, it will boost you way the heck up if you cheese so many of the shrines.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Does the bomb shield, like if you fuse the bomb to the shield, is it dependent on the strength of the shield? Like if I hook a bomb to a wood one, will it kill me or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless if it's like almost broken.
I started fusing some of the stones to the sword and stuff like that, and it really ups your ante. That's a great game.
It does.
Morgan, did you have anything to add before we send it over to Dill?
No, I don't think so, because like I haven't really done like a whole lot with it just yet. I'm still trying to get enough, I guess you could say, gear and stuff that I might need before I can even make a venture towards doing any like the
temples.
You know, yes, yeah. So like that's kind of basically where I'm at right now, is I'm just trying to gather supplies before I can even actually take those on.
You'll get there. What a great game.
Yeah.
What a great game.
Yeah.
All right, Dill, you finished it. What's the final consensus?
Solid 9.5 out of 10.
Damn. What do you not like about it?
What?
So spoiler alert before we get into this.
Is it going to spoil me?
It's going to spoil some of the abilities that you can get in the game. So I don't know if I want to talk about it really, if you don't want to know.
I think I got one of the most important ones, the quality of life one in the depths. But
probably did, yeah. But this is more like the sages, really. Like
I have not gotten to the sage stuff yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say it, but I don't want to spoil it yet, basically. But it's to do with the powers you can get from the sages. Some of them I didn't think were really great utilizing wise compared to others.
Okay.
That's one thing that that kind of like miffed me a little bit about it. Other than that, everything else is great. Like, everything else was good. It was a solid game. I did every shrine, every single light route in the depths. I did all of those. I did the majority of the quest lines, like side quest lines, main quest lines, and it was an emotional roller coaster, especially in the ending. Holy crap.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like as Zen says, a little bit. As Zen says, the cutscenes in that game are insanely beautiful, and they really show the emotions that go through with all the characters, and it's like especially in the ending. Oh my god, that is so good. It was so good. Yeah. This is my game of the year so far, honestly.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like, this is your pick then.
This is my pick for the game of the year so far, yeah. Before that, it was Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I think is still contender for game of the year. But Tears of the Kingdom is now my top choice. The only other two games that could top it for me that are coming out this year that I do want to play are Starfield and Marvel Spider-Man 2, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my reservations on Final Fantasy 16 because that one's starting to show its true colors a little bit now that I'm deeper into it. So I'm gonna sit that one out for a second.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think my expectations. I think I said this on the last episode. My expectations have been reeled back a bit.
Okay.
It does have some faults in it. One of them I find is the difficulty is really easy. Like, it's an easy game, which I don't think is indicative of Final Fantasy. I feel like it's kind of been dumbed down in terms of combat and stuff like that, which, not to say the combat system is bad, because it uses a similar combat system in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that game was just downright fantastic. So,
yeah. Eric, are you tired of hearing Sikkim Torgal?
Yeah, Sikkim Torgal. Like, I'm getting there.
Get him, boy.
Torgal's so fucking cute, though.
Yeah.
Like,
emotional woman. Sikkim.
I stand
That's
on
another
Puppy
thing
Torgal.
I will critique Tears of the Kingdom on. You can't pet the animals.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Aw.
You
Except the
can pet-
horse. You can pet the
but
horse.
You can
But
pet the horses, but that's to calm them down and make them bond with you. But you can't
Yeah.
pet dogs or cats or anything like that. It's like,
that was
come
a
on,
huge
man.
misstep. But don't worry,
Mhm.
Yeah.
we'll need Pets of the Kingdom to fix that problem.
Yeah. If they do,
Yeah.
that's the thing. If they've already said that they are gonna take a similar steps with like future Zelda games with like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Devs add petting animals to that list.
Yeah, add the animals. But
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why take it away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so right now, before we go on to the Microsoft deal here, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, go
One
for
quick
it.
little thing. I love how Evers's first experience of getting a horse in Tears of the Kingdom is she accidentally drove a snowmobile hovercraft into the
A
horse's
field of
ass.
horses.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm
Please tell me there's a
surprised it
clip.
didn't want it. I'm surprised it allowed her to ride it afterwards.
Is there a clip? I love to see this.
Yes. I clipped it. I'm like,
Oh
Evers,
my
what are you
God.
doing? You just took out its
Nice.
legs.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's a
select
shame
that clip
she's
too.
not here.
Yeah, she crashed her snowmobile into the horse.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so we're coming to the nitty gritty, or we're coming down to the end game of the year here. So yeah, we have Starfield coming. We have Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Isn't there another big one?
Mortal Kombat 1?
No, Mortal Kombat 1 is not this year. I think that those are the last two for the year. Final Fantasy 7 Remake is next year too, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
I
2024.
mean, these are Game of the Year candidates, but we also have the new Mario
Yeah.
RPG.
Right. Yeah, the
Alan
Mario
Wake
RPG
2.
remake, all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down. Like, so we have the major players in this thing. Like, we have Starfield and we still have Spider-Man 2. Those are gonna be huge undertakings. I have a lot to catch up on. I still have to finish Jedi. I still have to finish Final Fantasy 16. I got to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I'm gonna finish Final Fantasy 16 this year. I just
Okay.
don't see it in the cards. Not with Starfield and Spider-Man coming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it seems like that's the kind of game that you might want to play like when you got some time between each game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just trying to
that's the
finish
thing.
smaller
That time is
games.
like now because we're on a little bit of a dry spell until Starfield comes, which is what, October?
Yeah.
October, right?
Yeah. So Starfield comes out in September.
September,
And
okay.
then Spider-Man comes out in
Spider-Man's
October.
October. So, yeah, we got a month and a half of game time to catch up on what you're doing. So,
Yeah.
reel them in, boys. It's time to wind out because we're gonna do all of us on the Game of the Year discussion.
Well,
Zenith's
it's
gonna
going
have
to
to
be
make
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
competition. Yeah.
Zenith's gonna have a lot of panels.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
Don't worry, Zenith.
You-
We're
you
talking
can
about it. We'll
work
work
on
on
it
it.
more.
We'll work on it together.
mm-hmm.
We're probably gonna need. Dang, pal, am I
Excuse
boring
me.
you?
I'm probably
sleepy too.
infecting her with yawns.
I'm sleepy too. I'm
I'm
not gonna
I
lie.
binged that
Yeah,
I'm sleepy
I'm
also.
so
That,
freaking tired because I have to be up early.
Subway thing.
Good
Whoa.
friends,
It's
good
been a
sleep.
hell of a week.
No, I hear you.
Your friends can sleep.
Yep.
Okay,
This is my
let's go ahead and
fourth
let's wind
coffee
this
today.
down here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cover this
Yeah.
Microsoft deal. It's done. They're gonna close it out. They're looking to close it out here. So, the biggest video game deal of all time, Microsoft has purchased Blizzard Activision, the tune of $69 billion.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why no
Is
news
that
article
actually
wanted to
correct?
say.
It's not far off from the actual sum, yeah.
Hold on.
It's like 68.7 billion, I think. which is
Couldn't they just
close
make
enough.
it 69? Come on.
Just a bit.
Maybe when they pay the FTC off, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably paid them off.
Okay, so here we go. Where is the let me see here.
Bum, bum, bum.
I
Okay,
mean,
so basically what it is here is the FTC tried to fight the merger. They're the ones, the Federal
Yeah.
Trade Commission in the US, they're the ones that see to it that these companies don't gain a monopoly and then they have a foothold on a specific industry with product. They're basically, their job is to see that there are consumer options so you are not forced to purchase one company's product at their price point. That's the long short of it. That's the FTC's job. And in this particular case. That was their job in this particular case. Okay. And then the court has overruled the FTC in the U.S. The court has said that the FTC has not shown a likelihood it will prevail on its claim. This particular vertical merger in this specific industry may substantially lessen competition. So what they are saying is that everything Sony has said, whereas Microsoft has these products, Call of Duty, what was it? Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, King.com, which is where all the mobile games reside in the industry, et cetera, et cetera. Their argument is that the court ruled that Sony could not prove that Microsoft buying Activision would lessen competition. Now,
Basically,
it was a lot to follow because when the court trial was actually happening, all the dirty laundry came out. There was stories about how Sony would be in a position to buy companies like Square Enix, From Software, et cetera, et cetera. So none of those deals obviously have gone through. It was all just talk and emails. And, you'll find out companies say this stuff all the time. We're
It's
in a position to
posturing.
buy this company. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it. We could do it is the key word there. We just have to look at financials and see if it can play out. Obviously, it doesn't happen every single time. So don't freak out when you hear that stuff. But what that kind of showed in this whole thing is that Sony was doing the exact same thing Microsoft is doing in this particular case. So why is Microsoft buying a specific product a problem, but Sony buying another specific product is not a problem?
That's
That's the
basically a
overall
case
argument.
of hypocrisy. Basically,
Right.
That was the whole thing.
Right. So the reason we're talking about it here is because this is an important thing. This is a big, huge deal. Like I said, it's the biggest video game merger of all time at this point.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm just kind of hoping that now that Microsoft is acquiring Activision, is that they get rid of that Bobby Kotick does not have a seat of power at the table.
That's the
I
hope.
mean,
yeah, that obviously I can't speak on Microsoft's behalf of that whole thing. Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Blizzard at Activision. He was at the top of the tier when all of the, Me Too allegations came out of that company. That's why he's incredibly hated. That and among other reasons, but that is the primary hated reason. Is because
I mean, he's got
left.
many reasons.
He's got many reasons. He's a shitty person.
Many.
Yeah.
But so what does this say for you as the consumer? So right now, they are in the position to close out before their July 18th deadline. They still have to do some work with the UK. The UK is still not on board fully with this yet. So what will happen is Microsoft will make adjustments and they will tweak the business plan for the UK market. So the UK says, okay, we'll ride with that. Go ahead. Because typically what'll happen is, okay, if the US doesn't see it as a problem, it puts the UK market at a risk consumer wise, because the US doesn't see a problem. The UK is like, oh, well, then what's the risk of them not? Well, they won't sell our product here in the UK anymore. Now, obviously, from a business standpoint, that would be stupid. The UK market is huge. So it would be dumb to not sell product there. But the UK will then have to now be like, okay, and be more reasonable with the expectations and what they're offering in terms of the deal and how to adjust it so it fits and appeases their arguments that the UK has towards this merger. So from a consumer standpoint now, once this deal closes, it hasn't officially closed yet, but it's on track to. Once Microsoft closes out the deal, Blizzard, Activision, and King.com will now be owned by Microsoft. So what does that mean? Your Call of Duties, your Overwatches, your World of Warcraft, all those properties are under the ownership of Microsoft. At this point, Microsoft has made it very clear and said it in interview and on text that they will not isolate those properties to specifically just Microsoft, being the Xbox and PC market or Game Pass. So, in theory, they are willing to work with Sony. They've already struck a deal with Nintendo to get these products on the thing. So, as of right now, things should not necessarily be any different. They're just under different ownership. What that can say in terms of product lines and all that stuff, that's a little bit different. Microsoft may take more time with your Call of Duties. They may not crank out one a year anymore. They may crank one out one every 3 years or 2 years, and that kind of case. The mobile market's going to be a big thing, which I think is the whole point of the whole deal. They want that mobile market. You know,
Yes.
they want the cell phone games, the Candy Crushes and all that stuff, because that's just revenue.
The Candy Crush money from
That's just
mums
money.
everywhere.
Great
just mon-
microtransactions.
Yeah, it's just all money that flows in from an audience that
Ooh.
plays those games. Those don't really appeal to us here, so we're not going to, you know, we don't have really reason to talk on, but we can't here deny that is a huge market. So Zenith has already made it clear he's okay with it. Just get Bobby Kotick out of there. How do you feel about it, Dill?
Well, as Bobby Kotick being getting rid of, that's for sure. I think it doesn't just stem from Bobby Kotick though. I think the board of directors themselves at Activision Blizzard need to be like completely overhauled too, because they allowed that environment to flourish under their watch, basically.
Yeah, because like Dill raises a very fair point, because like they need to restructure their entire culture. What's going on at Blizzard, because it feels very like a frat house.
Yeah, frat house is an understatement, and it's more like a freaking like it's like a cult, honestly.
I think theoretically this would all be absorbed into Microsoft's company culture. So like when you work, typically the way mergers work for any company is like a company is purchased. There is a transitionary period where the company that is being purchased still kind of works in its own bubble and then works the way it has normally worked. And then they are slowly transitioned into, like, for example, Microsoft's policies in terms of, you know, office policy and the, you know, things of that, you know, company culture and things. The companies are slowly rolled into that when they're purchased. So that most likely will happen. The one thing that's big and important is like there's the talks of like unionization. Sega, a division of Sega just unionized here in California. So like there is talks of unionization in the industry. Some companies have already done it. I think even a division of Activision already did it. I think it was Raven or something.
What's it called? Raven. I think the Raven department did it.
One thing to note here that's important is that Microsoft has made it has stated that they are open to those talks of unionization and supporting and working with their staff to those levels. So I think, you know, knock on wood, these are corporations we're talking about here, but Microsoft seems to be open about making the environment better than what they're accustomed to. You know, so here's the question for you guys. Morgan, are you okay back there?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What's up?
It's because of what he said.
What did I say?
Which ones? No.
What did Eric saying?
No, it's what Zen said.
Do you question your leader?
No.
Your question? Wow. What the?
Wait,
fuck
what?
is
Who's
that?
the leader?
Apparently, Zen is.
No. No, it's what Zen put in chat. I'm like, what? Which
How dare Morgan not put anything on the bottom two shelves on the left?
Yeah, on her face cam. See,
Oh,
there's
okay.
like two of them are just
Which
barren.
I don't know about
There's
you, but
like
I
two.
see, I
Two
see
on the
three.
left.
There's
I
this
see
one,
three.
and then there's
No,
like,
on
yeah.
go left
Oh,
on the
that
white
one?
ones. See,
Yeah.
Oh,
there's nothing there.
Oh, I see
I
a
don't know
black
anything
one
to put
that's
there
empty
yet.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What are
but
you
the
doing?
white one's like, I see it.
She needs growing rooms, Zenith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have that much of a problem, Zen, buy her some stuff that she can put on the shelves.
Yeah, here we go.
Fuck you,
Here we
Jamie.
go. Is it really an issue? Get
Yeah.
the checkbook out.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a fist fight with chat for a second here.
The only bottoms I see. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are perverts. You all need Jesus.
Oh my god.
You all need Jesus. I don't even believe in
Oh,
Jesus,
my.
and I'm calling on him for you guys.
You know, you need the power of
Yeah,
Arceus.
I need him so we can take the wheel.
Yeah, take the wheel. Okay, so aside from the Bobby Kotick stuff, okay, and the company culture, we all understand that here. That's an important deal. So we wind this down here. Does this Microsoft deal entice you to, or think gives you reason to believe that maybe you will give some of these properties another chance?
I don't know because honestly, I haven't played a lot of Activision Blizzard games in my time. The only ones that I've really have touched are like Call of Duty, Overwatch. I did play for a little bit, but then I just got bored of that after a while. I go through this whole phase of where I play multiplayer games for a while and then I stop playing them, move on to the next one.
What about like your Diablos and stuff like that? Would you
Never
be fine?
got into Diablo. Never
Okay.
got into Diablo. Never got into World of Warcraft. Have no interest in getting into either of them really. So, like, I don't know. It might entice me to come back to like some of the other properties. Overwatch, I'm pretty like
You're done with?
done
Okay.
with. Yeah, been done with that for like 4 years. Call of Duty, I haven't picked up a new Call of Duty game for a few years. I haven't had an urge to. I don't know.
All right.
I'm
This has been
kind of the
especially
wrong guy
harder
to
for
ask.
me because I grew up on Diablo. I grew up on StarCraft.
Okay, so
I
maybe
mean,
this is a question then for you, Zenith. How are
Okay.
you
Yeah.
now? Like, do you think, okay, let me see if I'm willing to give this a shot, or are you just done?
yes, I want to see if they can change their culture. I want to see if they can root out, basically all that negative culture that they had, and there's basically just because right now they seem like a company that's completely tone deaf, and they're kinds of people who are say, "Hey, we investigated ourselves and found nothing wrong. I
Oh,
want all that shit gone,
Yeah.
gone." Because
remember that. Fucking
I
hell.
bought Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is a remake. I want Diablo 4, but I'm not picking it up until I know that that they got their shit together.
Yeah.
And if they make some good positive changes, absolutely take my money. I was the hugest fan of Diablo, and it'd be nice to come back to something that I can proudly say that I can support.
Okay.
So I think the Microsoft merger is probably maybe a step in the gives you it's not a step in the right direction, but it gives you a glimpse of hope because I know that Microsoft is very protective of not only their licenses, but as well as they would want to protect any of their studios or any of their brands and make sure that there's no rotten apples
they're
in there.
trying. Microsoft, like the last decade or so, has tried really hard to get on that good graces of the community itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're trying.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
to
that's
curb
why they've
some-
been working so hard with like partnering with like Nintendo, right? Because like they both agreed that we see each other as business partners. Yes, you're competitors, but you can also work together.
Yeah, and I think Microsoft just has a completely different business plan altogether. Microsoft has I don't want to say they have no interest, but they don't care if they sell Xboxes or not. As long as they sell the Xboxes they sell are at a somewhat of a profit. What they're really cared about is, and I've said this since the Game Pass stuff launched, is they care about you playing their games. They don't care how you play them. They just want you
Mhm.
playing their games. So
Yeah.
if they can get, and I guarantee you, this Nintendo thing, they're going to work towards getting Game Pass on the Switch. Because
Yeah.
see.
I mean, I think that's their plan.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
that is what they need to do. Because then that you play nice with Nintendo, you work with Nintendo, you can get the Switch, and then the people buy the Switch and they're like, oh, I can get Game Pass on it. Cool, my library's not dead. You know what I mean? So I think now to curb some expectations before we wind this down here, this is not going to happen like overnight. It's not like when this
No,
deal's
it's-
done and then July 19th rolls around, it's like, hey, everything's fine, we're fixed. No, it takes years to roll this out and fully merge a company of this size. So
Mhm.
be prepared. There's probably Bobby's probably going to stick around for a little bit in the transitionary
Yeah.
period until all of that is settled. And I know that's
Yeah.
bad for the employees or whatever, but that dude is a C-level executive, and you have to transfer those roles to the next C-level executive, and all the all the ongoings and stuff of the company have to be transferred over and discussed and worked out. Or
Because
I could be completely
at the
wrong.
end of the day, Bobby Kotick, at least in Activision Blizzard's eyes, is the guy that's got them there, the guy that's made them the profits, and they're not going to give up the person that they feel is best to market their games.
Right. And here's what's crazy about this. We were all pissed. We were all pissed when he got re-signed to CEO. Like, we all got pissed when he was, but you have to understand, they were in the middle of a $69 million merger. They're not going to cut off the head of the ship. And they're going to keep that guy on, no matter how shitty he is. They're going to keep that guy on to see this thing through so they can get the company. That's what it was.
They hitched their wagon to him.
Yeah.
So
like, the guy's baggage, but we can't, like, this guy's baggage, but we have to move all the baggage into the new garage and then we'll clean it out. Like,
the only way is when, like, it's far enough the merger where Microsoft is like, we don't want this guy.
Yeah.
Like, it would have to come from them.
Those once all the dotted ink, all the ink is dry and everything and the deals are done, you're going to start finding out about their transitionary exit periods and stuff like that. Like, who's in, who's out. I think one guy's already out. Like, I forget his name, but he was a longtime employee at Xbox for like 14 years or something. Like, he's retiring. So that's stuff like that. Maybe someone from Blizzard will take over that role. It's a lot. It's not going to be cut and dry. Like, boom, hey, this is all done. Get the hell out of here. Pack your shit. It's going to take some time. Bobby Kotick's got to see the rest of the transition through, and then they'll decide what they do with them. I wouldn't be surprised. If he's not CEO of anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on the seat on the board or something like that. Like board of directors or something like that. So I'm saying now, curb your expectations. The guy's a piece of shit, yada, 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 yada. But I don't think he's going to get a full golden parachute. He'll be on a board or like a director of some sorts, but I don't think he's going to be running this ship.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that thing. So we'll see what happens. Biggest video game deal in history is going to be done. Up until somebody buys Nintendo or vice versa.
Never gonna happen, probably, yeah.
They're very traditional. They're very traditional over there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even do business with people they don't even like. So
yeah.
I mean, if anything, Nintendo buys Japan.
Probably.
Why not?
Who says they already haven't done that?
You know that the CEO, like the Nintendo CEO, I forget his name now, but is it Iwata? No, Iwata's the one that passed away.
No. Iwata passed away like 7 years ago.
Yeah. What was who is it now?
Fujiwara?
Thank you. Fujiwara. I think he only makes like $2.5 million a year or something as CEO.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, like, with Nintendo's successes, and I gotta say, Nintendo, even though they print money, you never hear any stories of like sexual harassment or like disgruntled employees. It seems that they really take good care of themselves.
There's staff that have come out with stuff, but it's been small, like 1 and 2 case scenarios, which are still wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
they're still wrong, but it's not like I've not seen one on a global scale like the one at Activision where there were multiple accounts of it.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I think it was Sakurai, the guy that worked on Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
where he could have worked less, but he was so passionate about his project that he chose to work really long hours because he wanted to work on it, make sure that his game was completed. Yeah. And so, like, that's what I get more of as opposed to this person was unhappy. Oh my gosh, you're making me work 20-hour days.
Yeah. But it's wild. Here's some food for thought. So the CEO of Nintendo, who has, in my opinion, has some of the largest intellectual property rights that rivals or is close to Disney, right?
Yeah.
He makes $2.5 million a year. The CEO of Disney makes $28 million a year.
Actually, I saw like 30 million or something like that.
For
and
Nintendo?
Of Disney.
Oh.
And wasn't he the same guy that I'm not gonna really get into like the whole like writers guild strike that's been going on, but apparently he's the one that said that people that they're asking for way too much, and yet he's paid like millions and millions of bonuses a year.
Yeah.
And Pocket's like 30 million. Is it?
He's like 27.
Okay.
His salary is like 20 something million a year, and then he gets like 30 in bonuses.
Yeah.
It's some absurd amount, but that's that's a whole different.
Yeah, I don't
that's
wanna
a
get
whole
into that.
different beast. Yeah, but I mean, for the sake of the people, the writers, and now the actors that are out there on strike, stay strong out there. You
Mhm.
know,
Keep it up.
It-
Good. Keep up the good
Keep
fight.
up the
give it
work.
keep up the good fight, and they'll come around. Anyway, that's it for today. We ran a little long today. Sorry about the technical glitches. It seems to have calmed down.
Hey, wait.
Knock on wood. Next episode is 29th. Am I right, Dill?
Are we doing only 2 per month or
No,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do 3
Well,
on this
every 2
one.
weeks.
3 months?
I
Okay,
scheduled
yeah.
for a third this month. We could talk about it, but
Yeah, that's fine.
all right. If something changes, let us know. But yeah,
Yeah.
technically, the next one will be the 29th. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
Of course, now you can find us on. Well, I haven't activated yet, but you'll find us on Threads very, very soon here. Of course, !point social media to get the link tree with all the good links to the Twitter, the Instagram. Soon I'll put the Threads link up there. YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. We're gonna get some stuff posted up today, and then at least I'm gonna try to get stuff posted today. It's on my game plan, a list of things to do, and we'll be back on the 29th. Anything else before we head out of here? I think that is it. We are clear for now. Guys, as always, if you like what you see here, please feel free to follow the channel. We'd appreciate it very, very much. We are very close to the affiliate ship. We are like, you want us to have a Threads? We will have a Threads. I have to activate it.
Threads.
Give her the Threads.
Join us in
Oh, because it's
Threads.
not available in
Congratulations,
the-
Morgan. You have just been promoted to social media manager. First task of duty is to activate the Threads account.
Yeah. Davey doesn't have
Threads.
access to Threads because it's not available in our country.
No.
Oh yeah, it's only
That's-
available
that's
in
what
the
she was talking about.
UK and
Wait,
US
how
at
does
the
Dill
moment,
get
I
it?
think. We're not in the
He
EU
says it's available
technically.
in the UK.
Oh, you're in the EU.
Well, not in the EU.
Ew.
Oh, EU
EU.
can't get it.
EU.
EU can't get it, right? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
EU can't get it. That's what
Okay.
it is.
Okay. Well, I hope we can figure it out for you guys over there. Yeah, Morgan is now social media manager. Go activate the Threads. And what's the word on this? What's the word on the back scratcher emote?
The be-
I tried to do some looking into that, but like I couldn't actually see anything that said if that particular type of emote would be okay. Because there's like some sort of like drawn like booty emotes are apparently okay, but if they're like really graphic, they're not. So like I'm trying to find specific language for like that
So,
in particular.
all I have
I'm
to
pretty
do.
sure they won't allow something that looks like it has got balls on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's what I have to do. I have to basically just instruct Dustin to have it rolling on a back,
Oh, okay.
right? And then it would
Okay.
All right.
technically work.
Could work.
And then
Yeah.
everyone would just know what it is. Yeah.
try.
You know.
I mean, what's
Yeah,
the
you
worst
could
case?
try.
Well, they won't actually ban us, right? They'll just say this emote's no.
Emo
Yeah.
is no, basically.
Okay,
Yeah, I
as
think
long as we
they'll
don't
just
get banned.
yank it.
If they don't ban us, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if they have to boot the emote, okay, we tried. But
Maybe if it's not like super clear as to what it looks like, it might be okay.
oh no, it has to be super clear as to what it looks like. That's the joke.
Are you talking from like a back perspective? Like
Oh my god.
that,
Yeah.
or like a front
No,
view?
the back. Like I'll have it on the back,
The back.
and then
Yeah.
like it's scratching the back.
Yeah, so like you'll see like
Worst
a bit of
case
the
scenario, you
arm.
flip the view.
Yeah, so you'll see like a bit of like the armpit, the side of someone's back,
Yeah.
maybe like a wrinkle from their shirt,
Yeah.
and then you'll just see like just the fist that's kind of like holding it and kind of just like pressing down, like might have like a little wiggly line just to show that it's like, hey, it's moving down.
I also had this.
Yeah,
We'll get to
maybe.
I
sketching.
had this wild, crazy idea where like we would do merch, right? And then we need to have each of our names on a T-shirt or something. And like instead of how we have the arcade cabinet or something, I was gonna have Zenith with a neon back scratcher, like
Neon.
next to his name.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
I
just
mean,
like a
deal
shirt.
with it. Deal with it. It is signified to you now. Like that is your signature in this show.
Yeah, so like a shirt, it has like has like the patch that says "Good Friend, Good Games" on
Yeah.
the front, but then you turn around, it'll be just like a dotted line, and it's the shape of the massager, and it will say "Insert massager here,"
Yeah, it's
and it looks like a ball sack.
Yeah. Oh, we're such troublemakers. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We got Dill up in the corner over here. We have Pao. We got myself. And then we have Morgan down at the bottom. And we have Zenith. Everyone, thank you for all your time today. I appreciate it. We love you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And we will see you guys again very, very soon.
Boy.
That's what I was waiting for.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy.
Boy.